Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning and greetings. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're all doing just fine. And you know what? Today is a little odd. Today is a little odd. It is finally time for Irish cream season. You can get Irish cream whenever you want, but I usually only bother with it during November, December, maybe a little bit into January. Depends on when I purchase my final bottle of the year. Because it's something nice, and the more I enjoy it, the less special it becomes. And man, it's a bite that I'm not used to in my coffee. Also, I don't know how smart of a move it was to brew some pumpkin spice coffee and then put Irish cream in it. Make of that what you will. How are you doing there, Extrema and Eli? I hope you're both doing wonderfully. Oh, weekends don't last long enough. Do you know what I mean when I say that? QF. Extrema, I don't know what on earth that's supposed to mean. I'm assuming it's a typo of some type. Why does my phone send random letters? Well, there's the answer. Doing good? That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Not everybody's having good times and all that stuff, you know? So, it's always good to know that you're having a good time. Or doing all right, you know? Me and my baby are sick. Well, that's not so good. That is definitely not so good. I am so sorry to hear that. Man, we got it got cold, and now we're back on the upswing. Probably by the time I finish streaming, I'm no longer gonna need to wear my cardigan. All right, so I'm not gonna stand on ceremony. Let's go ahead and just boot up the Outer Worlds 2 because I need to get through this game. I need to play it. I don't no need to beat around the bush. Let's just get to the good part. Let's get to the good part. Trying to learn GIMP to make a new logo for myself. It's a challenge, man. Like, there are some things that GIMP is just better at, and there are other things where it's like, oh god, why not? Why can't I just have Photoshop back?
Went with the normal difficulty, huh? That'd be my pick for a first playthrough. Nice to see someone with some sense around here for once.
What? You're judging me? That was unexpected. Alright, so I left off here. Oh, new skill points available. Skill improvements. Every time you level up, you earn skill points to spend on improving your skills. Spending a skill point raises a skill by 1 up to your current level. If the skill is specialized, that limit is raised by 2, allowing them to surpass your level. Skills are used for various checks across the game, often have a passive bonus that raises immediately, and will allow you to access more and more perks and for purchase. Alright, so I invested in science and speech. I have 2 points available. They are really going for the meager system here. Is the voice acting and choices similar to New Vegas, or did we get baited? I don't know. I've only finished the tutorial. There have been no real meaningful choices presented to me yet, I don't think. So... I'm gonna go ahead and just bump speech as much as possible. Hey, here we go. Eden.
Ought to bring Val with us when we leave. She might not look it, but she can be fearsome in a fight.
Okay, well, we're already here, so... I mean, do I just... I'm already here. Okay, yeah, so...
Records indicate that lockboxes, such as the 2 housed in this dispenser, were originally part of a failed smuggling operation. Special lockbox keys are needed to open them. After discovering the first lockbox, Agent Ibarra installed this dispenser to house additional lockboxes, which may be located throughout the colony. Unfortunately, due to a jam, the dispenser is currently inoperable. Agent Ibarra deprioritized its repair in order to focus on rescuing you, Commander.
Good call on his part, and much appreciated.
Theorizing. Extracting the contents from the first lockbox may disencumber the dispenser, allowing it to return to normal operations. This unit has an advanced decryption key that can open the first lockbox, Commander.
If you already have a key, why not unlock it yourself?
Agent Ibarra updated this unit's security protocols following an incident of minor exposure. This unit is currently forbidden from unlocking containers, safes, and bathrooms in use. Helpful addendum. Scans also indicate an Auntie's Choice dematerializer within the first lockbox, which you may find useful in the discreet disposal of bodies, Commander.
You know me too well.
An Earth Directorate agent prepares for all eventualities, including but not limited to unpremeditated murder. Additionally, the second lockbox's contents may contain parts to upgrade your Valerie unit. Upgrades are recommended to improve your experience of Valerie.
Any idea where I can find more of these special keys?
Agent Ibarra theorizes that some keys may be obtainable from vendors, but the majority are likely scattered around the colony. Please be on the lookout for any additional lockboxes, which may be stored here for your convenience.
Ooh. What a collection of random odds and ends. Fires a spray of extremely volatile goo when activated, dealing corrosive damage at a very short range. Corpse hit will melt away, preventing others from finding them and acting accordingly. Do not eat this liquid. Please dispose of any targeted acid remains in a safe manner. Do not eat the remains. Okay. Okay, open. Oh yeah, that's totally not a meaningful weapon. Auntie's Aesthetic Dematerializer is a silent gadget that deals corrosive damage to enemies at a short range. Enemies killed by the gadget disintegrate, removing the opportunity for enemies to find them. The gadget can be fired quickly or held, letting you get into the perfect position before firing.
Congratulations on your acquisition of the Dematerializer. The dispenser is now functioning normally. Your ability to conceal homicides has also been increased by 85.9%.
Why only 85.9%? Like, I figure being able to dispose of a body discreetly would at least double my capacity to hide it. You can have up to 2 companions who follow and assist you on your adventure. Each companion has a special companion ability that can be activated once charged. Each companion ability is unique and can taunt enemies, deal a quick burst of damage, or even heal you. Companions also level up with you and gain a perk point every 5 levels that you can spend in the ledger. Alright, cool. Paradise Island. Just got the notification. How long have you been streaming? 17 minutes or so. Not terribly long. Woo. We landed on a rough, what seems to be abandoned and or decommissioned spaceport. The hell is that?
See that thing in the sky there? That'll be the Vox relay.
Vox stations serve as key communication hubs for the Protectorate. Unauthorized visitors are likely to be shot or hanged on sight.
And that's why we're headed to Fairfield first. Less chance of us getting shot while picking up debris trail.
Lucky Spratfoot. Whoa! Low flying. What do we got here? Important announcement. To all subjects of the Protectorate, subject invasive cutthroat corporations. Corporatists. The scourge of unfettered capitalism has come to Arcadia and brought with it the seed of its own destruction. Their invasive armada exacerbated the rift anomaly, which was naturally occurring and well within our ability to control, causing it to fracture the aether further, sending invisible tendrils into all directions. This has closed the colony off from any support they may have been awaiting, but has caused us no harm, being self-sufficient in every way. These bit worshippers will soon taste defeat. It is your duty to resist their sugared temptations, processed promises, and low-quality goods that they are using to try to subjugate our beloved colony. Do not hesitate to sacrifice your life to stop them, or to report your fellow subjects for collusion or weakness. Any subject caught with their products will be dealt with. Praise the Sovereign. Hello, Ratchet. Whoa. Oh, okay. Okay, hi. Yeah, it's kind of cold in here, isn't it? I suppose you need a little bit of warm, and that's why you're on me. He's trying to get warm, I think. Twitch is annoying. Like sitting here just waiting for the notification, all excited, and then it comes 20 minutes late. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Hello, Ratchet. Hi. 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 Hey. Oh my god. Okay, well, I can at least switch to a different message here on the system, I think. To all subjects of the Protectorate, subject betrayal of the Order of the Ascendant. As of this day, the Order of the Ascendant has declared themselves enemies of the Protectorate, that they have chosen to do so in the wake of the corporate invasion of our beloved colony, attests to their true nature. It is now obvious that the corporate inclusion was somehow helped by the traitors of the Order, else it would have been crushed before it began. Rest assured, the Sovereign knew of their treachery well in advance of their betrayal, and thus was not taken by surprise. Sure, whatever they say. Any communication from, to, or involving the Order in any way are now to be considered enemy correspondence and must be forwarded to the Ministry of Accuracy. Glory to the Protectorate. Okay. To all Fairfield landing pad personnel, Vigilant Norden. The temporary decommissioning of the landing pad. Okay, yeah, so this is the landing pad that I'm on right now. By order of the Vigilant Norden, the Fairfield landing pad is decommissioned effective immediately. All repair efforts are to be halted. All remaining automechanical units are to be relocated to support our valiant war effort, and all subjects currently assigned there are to report to Constable Hawthorne's office for reassignment. The continued targeting of the landing pad by our vile corporatist enemies has been ineffectual at best, and has not in any way contributed to this decommissioning. Why are you sniffing so hard right there? Our automechanical losses are insignificant and barely worth mention, and rumors of the imminent fall of Fairfield to the greed-loving corporatists are not only untrue, but are treasonous. Glory to the Protectorate. Turn to route. Okay, there's nothing else here. Oh my god. Reverse screens. Reverse screens! This is going to be really difficult to do because he just settled on my arm. Oh. You picked your head up. Okay, I can do this now. I can do this. Whoops. Oh my god, Ratchet. I love you. I love you so much. You are going to put pulls. Wait a minute, what's underneath the game capture? Oh my god, it's a piece of art. I didn't expect that to be the case. Thank you very much for that cheer there, NB. There, that'll do the job. My word. Was it NB? Yes, it was NB. Okay, yeah. Hello, NB. Thank you so much for that cheer. I love you, Ratchet. Well, he's certainly enjoying himself. This is the boy, Ratchet. I don't know how much you guys have seen of him as of late, but oh, right, I should probably start the Ratchet cam. decided to turn around. Okay, you got your paw around the cord. Get that out of the way. There we go. You okay? Is it alright that I did that? God. The thing is, once he gets like this, I can't touch the keyboard. Like, I'm just straight up not allowed. Did you find the microphone? Stream has been canceled, so saith Ratchet. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at here. No game, only cat. Hello, Kato. Greetings. That does indeed seem to be the case. We got caught in the big Arctic blast that's on half of the country right now. So it was an awfully cold night, but the cats cannot agree to share the bed with each other. So Ratchet did not get to cuddle overnight. Admittedly, he handles the cold better than Harker does. Saying hello to everyone. You're getting personal with that microphone there, Ratchet. But yeah, Harker does not handle the cold as well as Ratchet does, mostly owing to the fact that Ratchet is a long hair and Harker is a short hair. So hello. Hi. That coffee hangout I left for resulted in a hangout with the organizer of said outing, and she likes me. Oh my. Keep your paws off of my keyboard, alright? Like, it's fine for you to come up and be like, hey, how you doing? I really want pets. I'm also going to sniff the microphone. It's a different story when you start touching my keyboard. I'm happy to hear that, Kato. $40 to upgrade Fallout 4 to the Anniversary Edition. The base game and all its DLC aren't even worth $35. That's right, Fallout 4 is... No, you're not touching the food. Fallout 4 is 10 years old now. I forgot. Hey! Calm down. Jeez, just because my hand grabs anything doesn't mean you need to wave at it. Whoa. Look at this boy. He's going wild. No. That's my keyboard. You're so cuddly, but you're so curious at the same time. Golly, you and your claws. Are you ready for food? Okay, Ratchet time is over now. Jeez. Oh, criminy. Should I just leave it on should I just leave the camera? You've still got like 4 minutes of this. There we go. I can finally give some proper attention to the game again. Okay, so I like how they just instantaneously teleport your teammates right behind you. It's just like, oh yeah, we'll just move them for you. Okay, so they decommissioned the airport in the process of, like, getting a whole bunch of, Oh, I got another perk point available. Selecting perks up to... every 2 levels up, you gain a perk point to spend on unlocking exciting perks. Most perks are gated by skills, but some require the purchase of specific perks, or the acquisition of a powerful item. More powerful perks are only available after you've acquired a certain number of total perks. This requirement can be fulfilled by the purchase of any available perks. You can favorite perks to help you plan out your build on the perk screen. That's good. I wanna hear that. Trophy Hunter, plus 5% critical chance and 15% additional critical chance against strong enemies. Rapid recharge. Energy recharge rate plus 500% for 5 seconds. Cooldown 30 seconds. Wait, do I have skills to spend? I do have skills to spend. I think. Oh, no, it's not the same. Not the same. Skills, here we go, skills. No skill points, but I do have a perk point. Okay. I'm sitting here waiting for my game to stop crashing. Won't even load up properly. Something to do with new creations menu, probably. Having all the fun with Fallout 4, I see. Right, I need to put my pop screen back in place. I need a pair of damn pliers to fix this thing up. Does Fallout 4 run on Linux, though? No, no clue. My word, not a single idea on my part. I initially thought it was my load accelerator, but I think it's just their new service they're trying to launch at the same time. Oh boy. Space Ranger. Plus 2.5% damage per speech skill. That sounds beneficial. Electrotherapist. Plus 20% more stacks of electrocuted apply when dealing shock damage. Scramble. Will fight for you for 5 seconds. Plus 10% evasion chance in heavy armor. Plus 20% evasion chance in light and medium armor. Let's do Space Ranger. That seems pretty reasonable. I am going speech build first, so. But have you tried it again in the last 5 years, Strife? It's really better than you might think. It's fun. You can basically do an alchemy run in Fallout 4. It's just drugs instead of alchemy ingredients. You say that, NB, like that like drug making in Fallout 4 is in any way comparable to alchemy and potion mixing in Fallout, in the Elder Scrolls, which they're not. They're not comparable, like at all. At all. Strife gripes with Fallout 4 Deep Run, and it's fun to get him going. Like, I don't understand why I have to talk about Fallout 4 while I'm trying to play a game that is, like, unquestionably in a direct competition to like the Elder Scrolls or Bethesda style game, you know? What do we have over here? Strife got too much salt today. Not at all. Not in the slightest. I'm fine. Just ban me and it'll be easier. Alright, I have no clue what the hell I'm headed for here.
Enthusiastically neutralizing unfriendlies. Emergency.
Companion abilities. Each companion has a special companion ability that can be activated once charged. Each companion ability is unique and can taunt enemies, deal a quick burst of damage, or even heal you. Companion abilities naturally charge over time, while in combat... companion abilities do naturally charge over time, while in combat can be charged faster by skills, perks, or equipment. C and V. Okay, so you're...
Syringes primed.
Guns cocked and loaded. Just give the signal.
I didn't need any treatment. See? I'm all good. Oh, there's more of them coming. That's not good. Oh my god, another one?
And I'll take care of him, Commander.
I shouldn't have used my heal. It was so wasted. I also really should have used companion abilities, but it's not second nature to do that. Alright, what type of food do I have on me? I'm starting to guess that there's, like, nothing to loot off of this little platform here. It doesn't look like there is anyway. Yep, there is absolutely nothing on this. There's a crafting table on this platform. I am seeing no crafting table whatsoever. Unless this is it. Hello. What do we have here? Termination of operations and reassignment order. Attention to all Auntie's Choice employees. After much consideration, we've concluded that the risk of crabble attacks costing Auntie's Choice 4 senior engineers outweighs the potential profits of continuing to operate this destination facility. Should the crabble population be culled, or our engineering management team find a way to operate the facility with just 2 junior engineers, operations will resume. If anyone requires the expertise of the previously assigned engineer team, they have been temporarily reassigned to the Eastern Forward Operating Base on a work-as-needed basis. The Office of Field Logistics. Oh. Weapon mod parts. It appears that someone was attempting to create exposure rounds to help cull the crabble population, but ultimately abandoned their effort. A person with the right skills could easily finish the job. Damn. Not enough demolition expertise. Well, them's the breaks. Don't go outside without shoes. Without shoes in 29-degree freedom units. He's fucking my yum? That just sounds a whole lot like a really dirty way to refer to a blowjob, NB. I gotta say that out loud, okay? I am sorry to have to break this to you, but...
Oh, Lucy. What am I gonna do if something terrible happens to you? I don't suppose you know anything about crabble medicine, do you?
I'm no expert, but I might be able to help out somehow. What's the problem?
So, it seems as though the issue ultimately boils down to 2 words. Purpleberry Crunch.
The cereal?
Yeah. I brought a box from that fancy new shop in town, and Lucy... Oh, this is Lucy, by the way. Little Lucy became fully frantic when she smelled it, so I figured it couldn't hurt. The box says they're packed with healthy preservatives, so it's gotta be good for you, right? But I guess I was wrong. Now she won't get up. And these crabbles, they mean the world to us. We raised them from hatchlings, and I'll be broken if Lucy dies because of me.
A food poison crabble? I guess it won't hurt to try.
Any help you can offer is more than I've been able to do for her so far, and I'd be grateful for the try.
Lucy the crabble lies on the underside of her shell. She makes a feeble attempt to move, but doesn't manage to get anywhere, and settles for gurgling weakly instead. Even to an untrained eye, she is obviously very ill. You aren't really an expert on crabbles or their digestive tracts, but you're willing to give it a try. These 3 stomachs, really? You take a few components out of the trauma kit that you'd normally use to help a human with similar symptoms. Incredibly, after a few seconds, Lucy starts to move around a bit, and you hear what can only be a gurgle of relief.
She's getting up! She looks fine!
Lucy seems to be sticking to you. Anytime you move away, Lucy makes a sad crabble noise. Do you make Lucy a pet or send her to your ship? Lucy cackles with joy and skitters off towards the ship. It seems like a long way for such a small crabble to go, but Lucy is nothing if not determined. Hopefully, no one left any purpleberry crunch out. Visit your ship and interact with pet feeders to select any ship pet you've collected. They'll wander around the area and can be a pet for mutual enjoyment. While you can acquire multiple ship pets, only one can be active at a time.
I can hardly believe my lamps. Looks like she's feeling much better. And I think she's taken a liking to you. Good luck shaking her off you now. Once they're smitten, they try and stick to you like a canid. Now, I don't have too many bits to pay you with, but this'll unlock that old safe in the house. It wasn't mine to begin with, so you're welcome to anything in it.
Safe in the house. Plasma soak and shock rings. Nice. Turn her into crab cakes. Eli, so mean. The dumb option is to feed her more Purpleberry Crunch. Oh, God. And it surprisingly works. Wait, feeding her more Purpleberry Crunch fixes her? What the f... I don't even know what to say. Why can I not increase it more? What's stopping me from putting more points into speech? Oh, I can only go 2 points above my level. Okay. I understand. Cool. Fried Crabble Patties. On the map screen, you can view areas you've discovered while exploring. Many locations are hidden by the fog of war, which automatically reveals as you travel. You can also fast travel to previously discovered locations by clicking on them. Okay, so I do have like a general overall map, but I don't know where anything really is located. True max for skills is 20. I figured that out because I have someone on my friends list who got the achievement for making something hit, getting a skill to 20. Okay, so settings, controls. I'm gonna have to periodically.
Agent
toy with this.
Ibarra, you failed to take your daily supplements 3 days in a row. Vitamins are a vital tool in aiding wound healing and achieving your long-term health goals.
We've talked about this, Val. Ain't polite airing folks' private health information in front of others.
If oral capsules are not your preferred delivery method, suppositories may be a viable alternative.
All right. I'll take the damn supplements. The normal ones. And maybe I'll examine your courtesy settings while I'm at it.
Entering a confrontational state.
God damn it.
A hole in the head! Come at me!
Maintaining stamina.
Appreciate a little help, Commander.
Working on it, Miles. Working on it.
Knew you had my back.
Yep, I totally had your back. That's why I didn't get you up in the middle of battle. Well, they all came for me, so I may as well, Cobb's astounding lack of vision.
Another executive training exercise in the books. Another clear winner. Me.
Ain't a contest, Cutshaw.
Lucky for you. Today sure wasn't. No, we're all here because Ormsby thinks we're VP material. But it's obvious who's got the gray matter in this outfit. Take today's activity. Demonstrate market dominance with a corporate logo competitors will see from orbit. The results speak for themselves.
That rubbish pile you cajoled everyone into building? The giant AC?
We work for Auntie's Choice. What's your point?
Well, it's awful convenient that your own initials are...
Okay, on to the fourth activity. This is Albert Cutshaw, sanitation specialist, future big-time VP, signing off.
Well, clearly, clearly it didn't work all that well. Well, all the Crabbles came for me, so I may as well look around, see whether or not they left anything behind. Oh, I can't harvest their, like, clutch things. Corporate Trooper. Oh, MagTech. Nice. Have you heard of the Dungeon Crawler Carl series books? I'm not much of a bookie unless it's strategy guides. Well, Kato, you are misusing your terminology already. But in any case. Wow. I am now all out of food. Gotta break the eggs with a weapon or bash. Oh, is that possible? Oh, they don't drop anything. Just okay, so you have to be really careful about your timing on it. I see that now. There we go. You drop stuff. Cool. Cool. On to what is presumably the next abandoned hut along the coastline. Fun, unreal physics can shoot them out of the rocks sometimes. Ooh. Okay, it's not an abandoned hut.
No, wait. I don't need refreshment. I'm so refreshed. Yep, that's me. Refreshed like a really refreshed guy. Hello. How are you, El? Are you doing tonight? I'm spectacular according to regulation 1, 2, potato.
That's an impressive bit of nonsense. You feeling all right?
I'm just, that sounds correct.
It looks like the power is out in your house. Do you need help?
What I need is potatoes.
Right. I don't have time for this. Okay. How nice. Somebody who got refreshed. Well, I don't have the skills to help this guy out. I'll just be on my way. Just give the man a baked potato. I don't have any baked potato. Do I look like I have any food in my inventory? No, I don't. Talk about bright and colorful. Dude's so refreshed, just hungry. Give the man a baked potato. My very old joke would be just slide the potato into the disc slot. God. But there are no more disc slots. Yep. We don't have those anymore. This looks like an old power station. I get the feeling it's not active anymore. Menthol cigarettes. It's sealed. That's my new alarm. Engineering 3. Well, I won't be fixing this on engineering with my current skill set. Menthols, the king of flavored cigarettes. Pretty much. Excuse me. Need a fuse to be able to get in here, and I got nothing. Well. It was a nice attempt, but I guess nothing's coming out of it. I don't think that I'm going to find much of anything here, given my limited skill set. Frankly, I'm doing this all wrong. I'm going out into the wilderness, like, exploring locations. Meanwhile, I'm putting all of my points into talking to NPCs. And then I'm not going and finding NPCs. So... left to look north? Okay. External disk drives are what I recommend. USB connection. I use mine to rip music and movies. Yeah, like Tev's got a disk drive that she uses occasionally. It's a sprat. Okay. What on earth? What's a cart doing in the middle of nowhere out here? How odd. This is a lot of Crabble. Like, holy crap, is this a lot of Crabble. Had to digitize Xena, Warrior Princess. So many discs to shuffle through otherwise. You can still buy discs, disc-based for your PC, but finding a PC case that allows you to install one is difficult. Yeah, like I remember when it was just like, oh yeah, the whole front end is nothing but bays for disk drives, and now it's like you'll be lucky if you have 2 of them, which I think is actually the case for my case. Yeah, I have 2 expansion bays for disk drives. Don't know that I'll ever use them, but they're there. You know how I know that the holiday season has officially started? Irish cream. I purchase Irish cream and I put it in my coffee. I try to stick to it for just the holiday, which is usually a little bit over a month long. Don't you work today? Oh, it's just a tiny bit of Irish cream. It's not like I'm making myself an actual cocktail or anything. Oh, these are dead. Raptidons? Josh makes us his own eggnog and cares that it takes like a couple of weeks to make. Wait, why does it... It has to cure? I didn't know that eggnog was one of those things that you had to allow to ferment in some capacity.
Confronting threat. Advises healing yourself now.
Not getting up without help, Commander!
Well, there I go. Hello, Ace. How you doing? Pre-refrigeration's kind of stuff to do it properly. Pre-refrigeration kind of stuff to do it properly and make sure that it doesn't spoil without pasteurization. Oh. The Outer Worlds are treating you well, I see. Well, you just so happen to walk in for my first death. was able to loot the dung pile.
Standing by with life support.
Not getting up without help, Commander.
This unit is concerned for the commander's well-being.
Knew you had my back.
Well, that could have gone better, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. Oh boy, the poop looter. Yep, just looting the poop chute there. It's another dung pile. Wait, did I get this one back here? Nope, didn't get it. Gotta loot them all, gotta loot them all. Looted poop. Did not wash hands. Ew. At least he's not eating right now. Odd. Looting the poop chute is not the same as looting poop, sir. Oh, sounds like a bit of pedantry, in my opinion. Sounds like a horrible euphemism. Do not concern yourself with the quality of euphemism. You have gained ferrochromium. Is that like some sort of a feral thing? Got it. Come on. Give me something. Ugh. Nothing. Ugh. A poop chute is a butthole. Oh, I know. One would think that reaching into a butthole and looting it would be more complicated than looting poop. Oh, it's a euphemism for fisting. Oh my god. Mysterious cave. I mean, I'm not the first one to find this place, that's for certain. No, just a stiff over here.
Looks like some hands-on research going bad.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of eggs to punch, so, you know, like, get to work, yeah? I can't be sitting here doing this all on my own. There we go. Blueberry punch. Man, give me his armor already. Of course. Where are all the enemies, man? There should be like a buttload of enemies hanging out around here. That's the rule set, right? Like, you find an interesting place out in the world, that means that... You find an interesting place with a whole bunch of dead people, that means that there need to be enemies around who went and killed everybody. That's the rule, that's the way this works. What's this? Confirmed skeleton crabble sightings. Last night, the entire research cadre witnessed a mutated crabble emerging from the coastal waters. We had heard stories of this bone-white and terrifying specimen for so long, yet expected them to be nothing more than hallucinations of subjects in need of mental refreshment. Confounding as it is to admit, we were wrong. The subspecies appears to boast a thicker, more durable carapace, increased Odopamine muscle strength, and a generally more aggressive disposition. Curious indeed. If we are to fully understand crabble evolution for the benefit of protectorate society, studying this mutation must be a priority. A closer inspection of the specimen is needed. Matriarch, guide us. Oh, great. So there's like a mega crabble that really, really wants to hurt people. A study in sound. The report contains an abundance of scientific jargon the average intrepid wanderer just wouldn't understand. Okay, well, I don't have enough science for it. I'm one science off. Ugh. Power routed to Phototron or something. Well, I think that they underestimated the creature that they were trying to study. This is just going to be my entire experience here. I'm just going to be punching this stuff for ages. Just be like, yeah, what'd you do all day in the Outer Worlds? You do any epic adventuring? It's like, no, I punched crab eggs all day. That's all that I did. Just a bunch of crab egg punching. Because this is what the game is really all about, you know? If you give people the ability to, like, loot stuff that's not nailed down, and maybe even stuff that is nailed down, then that's what you'll do. That's what players will do. Hello, Ratchet. Are you looking for kibble? Indeed, further testing necessary. You're like a uterus with PCOS. Sorry, not uterus, ovarian tubes. God, jeez. I don't even know what the benefit of collecting this stuff is. Like, is it even going into my inventory, or is it for something else? Trash items? Crabble meat. Oh, it is basically a trash item that I just sell. This chunk of tender crabble meat is fragrant and juicy, but wholly inedible. Heavy processing allows it to be used in a variety of cooking recipes, artificial flavorings, and hygiene products. Kitty time again? No, no, it's not kitty time. He came looking for his food. Grenades. This just seems odd to me that they would bring an entire file cabinet out here. It's like, you should only see those in offices. Free salvage brought to you by Auntie's Choice. Trooper Connolly writing, just want the record to show that me and the boys did not go AWOL. We patrolled the coast as ordered and just happened to find the wreckage of some protectorate outing gone wrong. Couldn't make sense of what they were doing exactly, considering the viscera coating their equipment and whatnot, but figure what's here might be worth salvaging. I did find me a little friend, though, fella that I've dubbed Chompy. He's a baby crabble. I reckon real cute. Bet with a little house training he'd make a fine town mascot back in Fairfield. He does shriek something awful at times. The others think that his folks might come a-looking, but I reckon he's just saying howdy in his own way. Ah, God. Okay, well, a little bit of an answer what happened there. This mysterious cave is larger than I expected it to be. Ooh, more dung. Looting the poop chute again. Though do not make a mistake, there is a difference between the poop chute versus the poop shooter. God, I'm picking up so much of this meat. Hey, look, I'm beating meat. Oh, Chompy. A light pistol. Mag pick. This would be the fella who made the mistake of trying to befriend a little Crabble. I think I've successfully popped all the eggs. I think. Nope, I was wrong. I was so close, yet so far. I tried so hard and I got so far, and in the end it didn't even matter. Is this unnecessarily, like, involved, what I'm doing here? Like, is this a really stupid thing for me to be spending my time on, just making certain that I punch every last egg that's hanging out in this mysterious cave? Feels like it might be. Like, what am I even doing with my time? No, man, this was in my tips. Get those Crabble bits. Your voice is pure comfort and nostalgia for me. Hope you have a beautiful day. I appreciate all your work. Don't mess with the courier. Hey, Moon Squirtle, thank you so much. I hope that you have a good rest of your day, assuming that you've actually checked out. And I'm so busy punching the eggs that I didn't realize that there were bits and pieces that got left behind that I should have picked up. Hello? Anyone out there?
Entering a confrontational state.
I don't suppose I have any food to eat. I do again. I'm like taking the road less traveled immediately. I'm also fast running out of ammo. Like, I started out with 250 shots, now I'm down to 45. If you feel fulfilled, then you're doing it right. Or break down into biomass. At least he's getting his aggression out. Maybe he'll be less sassy now. Oh, far from it. Far from it. You have no idea. Like, my panties are in such an enormous bunch right now. They're so bunched up that I'm not even wearing them. They've just been, like, wadded into a ball and stuck between my butt cheeks. Go up, or do I stick to the... Let's stick to the coast a bit. Okay, this would be the wreck that they were talking about in the logs. The pieces of the wreck or something. Looks like they were trying to harvest and process gravel here. Ooh!
Engaging combat protocols.
Golly. I like this this secondary gun a whole lot less. The lever action just not as good as the handgun in my opinion. But what can I do? Speaking of which, I've picked up more than one gun. 42 damage, 24 damage, 30. Oh my god, I'm using like a significantly inferior gun here. Fewer shots. This one does a bit less damage, but it's a reasonable amount of it's got a reasonable magazine. Like, it makes sense for everything to be locked up, but by God is it annoying. Ooh. Science Adventures Quarterly, Volume 8 of 10, a fictional periodical chronicling the exploits of Earth Directorate agent Commander Zane and her sidekick Buddy. A label inside the cover reads SAQ Volume 8 of 10 for the Library of Redactor Quinzel, Ministry of Accuracy. Science Adventures Quarterly. Huh. I saw it. The skeleton crabble is real. Claws as white as a fishing trawler, eyes no smaller than my head, a back as broad as the roof of a house and white as a bleached bone. I tried to run and grab Claire so she could see it, but fear pinned my feet. Worse, it being long gone by the time I got to her. She insisted it was nothing but the vodka that was heavy on my breath. But I saw what I saw, and I'm more than passing sure that it disappeared into a cave to the south. Tomorrow, when I think the bugger will be asleep, I'll head down and find it. Best case, I'll bag the biggest crabble ever seen. Worst case, I get evidence that I'm not just some raving drunk. Either way, the name Patrice Cade Benton is about to be famous. I think you're just dead. Pal, I like you obviously didn't get past it. Didn't go well for you. Guess what, Strife? Collectibles. Collectibles don't mean shit if they're not going to give you something for them. And collectibles are at their best whenever each individual one that you pick up gives you something. I don't appear to have received anything for picking up that mag, which means that it's only in a situation where it's like, oh, well, your only alternative here is to pick them all up and then you get a reward for it. Check your perks. My perks. Space Ranger. I don't see anything. It's just the thing that I already have. Wait, what's this? Human legs, crabble mouth? You spy a pair of human legs coming from the crabble's mouth parts. It looks like the crabble got a bit greedy and choked to death. Well then. I'll have to remember this and come back at some point if it's possible. God. Okay. Well. This one doesn't even look dead.
Yeah.
Alright. Done a bunch of exploring. Let's go ahead and hop up the ramp back here. There's definitely some more interesting things up on the cliffs here. You get a perk and some items depending on how many you get. Well, I suppose it's okay that they are doing the whole, like, not instantaneous reward. I guess. Like, I'm not a fan of it, but okay. I suppose. State of Decay 2. I remember State of Decay 2 getting panned when it came out because it was basically limitedly different. It was limitedly different from the first game. Sassafras. Oh, bringing out the big words. Like I played the original State of Decay. I also went to the panel for the developers whenever they were at PAX South one of the years. So I've played a decent amount of the first one. Not an amazing amount, but a decent amount. I think the complaint about State of Decay 2 was that it was basically State of Decay 1.5, and that's all that it really was. I mean, the argument is kind of moot this far down the line, where it's like, well, I mean, if you're picking up the game and playing it now, it's so old. I mean, does that type of critique really matter because it's a budget title now, you know? Never heard of it. State of Decay is a zombie game. That's all that there is to it. It's a zombie game, and there are aspects to it that are unique. But yeah, time for coffee. That's a bit much. Oh, man. I'm sad now. Can you be nice to me instead of sassy, please? Was I just mean? I didn't feel like I was being mean. I didn't mean to be, like, if I came off that way, that definitely wasn't my intention. Drip pot coffee is good in its own respect, but one of the biggest things that I notice about it is that it's not as warm. It's not as hot because the water doesn't actually get boiled in the process of like, I don't boil the water to make drip pot coffee. It just gets hot enough. You weren't mean, I just meant in general. I've got work news, and they basically switched one of my coworkers to a different team away from the team with the chick that is actively bullying me. So you've just been handed, man. So somebody who's an absolute ass has now been assigned to work next to you. They did not move me. They left me on that team with that bitch. NB, I am so freaking sorry. I think the phrase people don't quit jobs, people quit their bosses and or their coworkers. That is the most accurate statement I think I've ever heard in my life about jobs. It's like, yeah, you don't quit because of the work you're doing. That's almost never the case. You quit because of the people you deal with. Basically, my ally, but the person that I got the job from that was my coworker got moved to a different team, and I'm stuck with a bunch of assholes. You know, NB, the most I can offer is the most I can offer is condolences. Unfortunately, I don't have much more than that. If I could offer more, I would, but looked for a job for 2 years, and he basically just started looking for a job, gave him as a reference, and they moved him to the better team. It feels like fucking sexism because he's the only fucking dude on the team. I mean, non-zero possibility. Should we take these things out?
Engaging hostile life forms.
Guns cocked and loaded. Just give the signal.
What is this? Xyranium is a dangerous hazard that's found throughout Arcadia. Powering the Protectorate's automechs standing in xyranium poisons you, lowering your maximum toxicity. Too much xyranium poisoning can prove fatal. Visit a doctor or autodoc to remove any accumulated xyranium poisoning. Warning, some xyranium clouds are denser than others, increasing the rate of poisoning applied. Oh dear. Okay, well. Whoa, excuse me. Learned a valuable lesson already. Sorry for the rant. Thanks for the sympathy. Actually, I quit my job for internet fame. How's that working out, Kato? How much internet fame have you accrued in the time since you did so? I don't know how you were able to do it, man. Like, that is thoroughly outside of the bounds of my comfort zone. I don't know that I could ever take that leap of faith.
Commencing combat-related activities.
That was not what I meant to do.
Agent vitals have fallen below acceptable parameters.
Oh, they just infinitely spawn here, do they?
Health benefits available at your request. Commander, you are dying, which is not advised.
Whatever, we're getting out of here. I can see that it's an infinite spawn. Okay, yeah, they're finding the bodies. It'll be fine, though. Just give them some time. Yeah, I gave my 2 weeks and was being a goof. It was my first job, left on good terms. Had solid savings. Definitely, having solid savings definitely helps. So I had room to change my mind if I didn't work out. Man, Kato. I like, there's still a leap of faith there, you know? Inventory. Do I have any food? A little bit. Not much, but something. You think the AI is just like, oh, I found a body. Then they like turn around and they look back and they're like, oh, I found a body. They're looking at the same one. Anyways, this headache is wrecking me, so I'm going to lay down. I'll be lurking. You have a good one and feel better.
And through providing a case of health benefit.
What the
Please seek treatment. Body training soon. Sequencing attack strategies. Emergency protocols.
No, we're not messing with them. We're leaving. I get migraines too. I hope you feel better. Ah. Migraines, migraines. I mean, what's the difference? What's this? Dearest friends and esteemed companions, as of late it has come to my attention that I actually do not enjoy the act nor the daily drudgery of farming. Upon this realization, I have initially considered submitting myself for refreshment, but in a wondrous bit of serendipity, I quite literally bumped into a delightful fellow named from Auntie's Choice. He convinced me to discard that foolish notion and helped me discover a new path forward for myself in the form of employment with the fine folk of Auntie's Choice. Several years ago, I would have balked at the very thought of leaving the Protectorate, but today I see joining Auntie's as the freedom and breath of fresh air which I never realized I so dearly desired. Liberation, self-determination, and a free market. These are the things which my heart yearns for. I don't doubt that with my sharp mind and strong work ethic, I'll become a top executive in no time at all. And to every subject of the Protectorate who reads this, I encourage you to do the same. Auntie's Choice is always hiring. Remember, with the Protectorate, you're only surviving, but with Auntie's Choice, you're thriving. Regards, William Taberson. Well then. Where's the crab? She should be following along. She went back to the ship. Like the way that the information read to me is that pets do not leave the ship. Brainwashed. I mean, yes and no at the same time. I don't think that Auntie's Choice is necessarily a beautiful thing, but some of the shit that I'm seeing from the Protectorate is like, wow, I'm not convinced that the Protectorate is a good option either, so... That's some strong Kool-Aid. Well, it's not in the best of shape, but man, this place is prime real estate. Bypass shunt. Gotta eat all the food that I can in order to heal. I found everything here. And I can't get onto the roof. I don't know how I would go about doing it anyway. Oop. Oop. Okay. The flashlight button being so far away on the other side of the keyboard is super awkward. Let's check this other dwelling. Athletics 100. Just jump to the roof. Let's see what our friend over here has to say.
Oh, what's this? Non-protectorate personnel just sauntering up onto my porch, free as they please. Admit I'm accustomed to a higher standard of precaution. State your purpose, outsider, or exit yon way you came.
Redactor Quinzel? I found something with your name on it. This yours?
Ah, I see you've discovered some of my misappropriated materials. Careful labeling proves prudent and useful yet again. Here, for your effort. A full set of Science Adventures Quarterly was stolen from me and sold to various unknown parties across the island. Since you've already proven adept at their repossession, I would put it to you to locate the rest. In exchange, I will provide you with rarities and bits.
Sounds kind of valuable. What exactly are they?
A form of manipulatory ideation disguised as popular entertainment, intended to sway the audience to their point of view, couched within just a crackingly exciting narrative. Specifically, an Earth Directorate periodical featuring beloved fictional characters Commander Zane and Buddy. An effective mental conditioning device. And right thrilling.
So tell me, why are you so interested in this stuff?
Why, to reclaim lost Protectorate property, first and foremost.
I'm noticing distinct personal interests here.
The line represented a growth of the medium from the less sophisticated 2-bit dreadful, both in style and effectiveness. Its remarkable popularity not only mirrored a rise in public sentiment against greedy corporations and tyrannical governments across colonies. The brief window surrounding the volume's release saw a marked increase in skip drone requests for Earth Directorate aid. I believe there remains much to learn from them.
I still can't help thinking this is for your personal collection.
I'll admit Commander Zane and Buddy's exploits make for a sensational read. They saved Carnifeller's brain, for instance. Oh, and Mammon Incorporated, of course, too. So no, I am not immune to their considerable charms, but my interests in recovering them are strictly professional, I can assure you.
Fine. Just so I get paid.
Ah, quite right. In fact, delightful. I am pleased you are on the case, as it were. So very Zane and Buddy. Return again when you have another 4 volumes, and I will trade them for more valuable oddities. May safety, amity, and ease be yours.
Cool. Thank you very much for those 100 bits there, Moon Squirtle. It's good to know that I'm worth both your time and your money. Great to have you along for the ride. Welcome to the stream, and enjoy yourself while you're here. I gotta find a vendor, man. I'm not particularly interested in stealing from this woman. I just closed that door. She's absolutely invested in enjoying some of the propaganda. Honestly, a bit of a beautiful location. Quite the sight to see. It's a pretty sizable place to start out with.
Keep them coming. I can do this all day.
What's that all about?
That's the 3rd drone in as many days. Where are the void damn things coming from?
Now, what happened?
Protectorate drone attack. Just the one. We got it before anyone got hurt this time. Of course, we could have staunched the flow of drones by now if Officer Carr dispatched another patrol, as I requested, but no such luck.
Drones, the scourge of noble Arcadia. I'll grind their gears beneath my boot.
See, now that's the sort of initiative I've been missing around here. Take a gander at the bounty terminal, just left of the constabulary. You know, stranger, you seem more than qualified to finish off the drones. For a freelancer, that is. Find that bounty terminal, blast some drones, and show the Protectorate who's boss. Ideally in that order.
Where's the drone that she shot? Here we go. You did all the work, I'll take all the reward. Thank you very much. What do we have for armor? Helmets? Ooh. I like how it's got a mustache. God. Copernicus. What's this? Private notes, musings, and rapidations. Well, I have officially gone from chimeric scientist to Raptidon onboarding specialist, but it's not so harsh a change. It's not so harsh a change I feared. These creatures require constant feeding, house training, combat conditioning, and praise in dulcet tones. Yes, but they have also provided me ample opportunity to study their constitution. They've taken well to a salve I developed for wound care, far better than the average human would have. While my previous work may be lost to history, I can't help but wonder, might this have been used to aid graft recipients? If so, would we perhaps have more success than failures? Milver Street has come calling for his subcutaneous injections again. God, freaking words in this game. I'll write more of my findings later. Okay. You are too damn noisy. What the fuck are you? My God, I haven't looked at it until now. Oh boy. Return to root. Messages. Mill Street subject halted assimilation. DB, first I want to thank you for always being so kind and such a great listener. You've been of immense assistance to me in the past few years. I write to you today because I admit that I'm at a bit of a crossroads. It is reasonable to be among a society for so long, yet to feel so separate. Is it reasonable to be among a society for so long, yet to feel so separate from it? Try as I might, I feel one with Auntie's choice. It's as if I'm donning a costume. I wish I didn't feel so. Any advice you have would be much appreciated. Your friend, Ethel. Oh, okay then.
Would pulverizing them suffice? No, I couldn't liquefy them. Apply heat and congeal them into kibble no beast could resist. Oh, Ethel, darling, you're a genius. Approach with less haste next time, won't you? Copernicus may be tame, but he still doesn't take kindly to being startled.
What are you working on here?
You don't know? But I thought everyone in Fairfield knew of... Oh, right. I see what you're trying to do. This is top secret. We must speak in riddles to safeguard our findings, yes? Should I use code names too? The subterfuge is so exciting. Thank the law you knew to enforce protocol, lest I blabber corporate secrets to the wrong person. No, wait. You're not one of Auntie's choice.
Incorrect. I'm one of Auntie's elite troopers. It's good to know my disguise is working.
Oh, so you are one of the clandestine troopers they talk about in the serials. Incredible. Don't worry, your secret is safe with me. I am Ethel Tinsley, chimeric scientist. I'm responsible for taming this delightful raptidon here. He will protect our fair town from his feral brethren in the wilds. Theoretically. Officer Carr has been in a state waiting for me to train the raptidons to, maul on command. It's rather pressing, and alas, one scientist turned tamer can only do so much. One might say I'm perhaps a bit on edge. Folk here have grown weary, shall we say, with the war effort, and with avoiding Carr and the minister's would-be fisticuffs.
Sounds like typical corporate management structure to me.
No. No, I don't believe it is. That's what the Protectorate announcers wanted us to believe anyway, before Auntie showed us the truth. No, this is quite abnormal, I'm sure. Anyhow, all I know is that if they were to begin working with each other, the mood in town would certainly be merrier. Or something akin to it.
Wait. Back up. Your Protectorate?
Well, I was a subject once. Despite my talents, the plan dictated that I should be relegated to programming cleaning mechs. Bah. But then, Auntie's Choice came along and offered to transform our lives for the better. I chose to accept. And look where I am today. Over the last year, I have climbed the rungs of my division through the sheer merit of my work. I have finally earned the respect I was always due.
What happened to the people who didn't join Aunties?
Poor things. They either fought to the last or chose to flee. It's regrettable, but some folk just aren't ready to embrace change. All they knew was being told how to live. They couldn't imagine any other way. Ask any of the other Protectorate subjects who converted, and they'd echo my words. When one can allow their ambitions to show, that is true freedom.
You speak as if Auntie's Choice saved you.
They did. I was in a dreadful state before the invasion. I fear I was close to disappearing myself. The Sovereign claims to provide for all of our needs. But without freedom and autonomy, I could not find happiness. In any case, I do hope I've satisfied your curiosity. The war effort and liberating the rest of the Protectorate waits for no one, you understand?
Well, tell me about tell me about taming the Raptidons.
I work directly with Officer Carr and her soldiers to ensure they're outfitted with the best Raptidon counterparts Paradise Island can provide. In theory, they'll be trusted to guard our most precious assets, including our leadership. For now, they deter encroachment from wild Raptidons. It's most agreeable.
Does this program require you to give the rafts goofy names too?
Oh dear. I rather hoped that Copernicus rolled off the tongue a sight better than designation C0P3R. I suppose I'll ensure he responds to both in any case.
I think I'll be on my way. I don't even know what to say. That's a curiosity. Reminding me heavily of BioShock. Really? This isn't reminding me of BioShock in any certain capacity. Someone's toilet box is Whoa, wait, what? Messages. Welcome. You are to report your post to the Information Input and Retrieval Department at 6:30 tomorrow. As I'm sure I don't need to tell you, every member of the Protectorate is vital to the whole, no matter how seemingly small and insignificant their role may seem to be. We expect you to conduct yourself with a harmonious part of the Protectorate. Pitchball incident. De Veers, it is not unheard of for one to sustain injuries in the course of a spirited match of pitchball, even one as serious as your shattered femur and internal hemorrhaging. In my experience, however, virtually all cases can be traced back to overindulgence of Sovereign's Pride vodka, which is an understandable misconception. Such overindulgence does not demonstrate a subject's pride for the subservience to our Sovereign. Fortunately for you, in the short time you've been here, your work has been nothing but superlative, so this will not add greatly to your demerits. Nonetheless, it is your duty to work through such injuries, to be an example to your fellow subjects on how to put aside one's self-importance, to elevate us all. Remember, we are all key components in the safety and success of the Protectorate. Boy. Warning. De Veers, your recent irregular behavior has been overlooked due to your exemplary work in the long years prior to the invasion. However, I am not plagued with my predecessor's lack of character, which has reportedly now been rectified by a course of mental refreshment thank the Sovereign. And it is incumbent upon me to follow up on the reports that you were heard espousing opinions similar to the percepts of the traitorous order. I am certain this is but a miscommunication in these somewhat confusing times. Do not let it happen again. Okay then. Important announcement. Invasion of cutthroat corporations. These worshippers will chase defeat your duty, unfettered capitalism, Arcadia. Okay, so I've already read this. Betrayal of the Order of the Ascendant. As of today, the Order of the Ascendant have declared themselves enemies of the Protectorate. They have chosen to do so in the wake of the corporate invasion of our beloved colony, tests to their true nature. It is now obvious that the corporate incursion was somehow helped by the traitors of the Order, even if it would have been crushed before it began. Rest assured, the Sovereign knew of their... Okay, I've already read that as well. Those are like global messages. The liberation bent of Auntie's choice and the whole saving people from the horrors of the rest of those peons. Not so much the gameplay. Okay. The universal equation is one constant. De Veers' submerged tracker. De Veers' tracker appears to have been surgically removed and submerged in liquid inside this container, obviously in an attempt to disable it. Fortunately, it was still producing a weak signal. Oh. Oh, I didn't realize... De Veers, right. Yes, she's the one that I was looking for. I didn't realize that this was her place. I just kind of wandered inside of the first building I saw when I entered the town. Welcome back, Agent De Veers. Messages. Farewell. Savannah, your last missive stung me to my core. I can't believe you'd accuse us of such. Yes, I am still in contact with Victor. The schism between the Protectorate and the Order is of no consequence to us, but we are decidedly not whispering poison in each other's ear. And I can assure you that the dark path you accuse us of going down is one of necessity, not choice. I never burdened you with the knowledge of the things I've done, what I've been forced to live with. But therein lies the rub. I find I can do so no longer. The time for action has come. Do you remember the cliffhanger ending of the Sentinels versus the Cult of Corporatism 6th chapter? One way or the other, I fear we are hurtling towards that same inevitable conclusion. This is the one thing I cannot allow, no matter the cost. Regardless, my time on Paradise Island is over. As we used to say, see you in the equation, my friend. How can you say you never burdened me with what you've done? You may have never shared specifics with me, but that doesn't mean I didn't feel your suffering. Augustine. The invasion of Paradise Island is driving us all to new levels of despair, and your last message had me fearing that it had pushed you to a place of madness. I'm begging you, forget that void-damned cereal and whatever it is that you're planning, and please, please come to see me before you do anything that cannot be undone. This ought to make you laugh. I am holed up in the old Order chapel of all places, maybe because it reminds me of better days with you and me and Victor. Mission logs.
Hold on. We haven't watched all her mission logs yet.
Yeah, I'm on it. Mission log. Day 25.
My cover story has worked. I am safely ensconced at the Vox station, assigned to the lowly Information Input and Retrieval Department. Seems a colony so certain of its absolute control over its subjects can be less than rigorous when it comes to security. I was able to easily widen out a space behind the walls of the main control room to establish my safe room, giving me unfettered access to the communication transfer conduits. I have hacked into their system downstream from the security protocols, so I am able to infiltrate their entire system with them being none the wiser. While I have little doubt as to the success of our mission, trepidation still gnaws at me, though I cannot say why. Perhaps it is simply the normal mission commencement jitters.
Day 153.
I thought my duties complete. Information gathered, reports filed, preparations made. I'd even created a fictitious identity and work transfer to Horizon Point Station well ahead of schedule, in order to keep anyone from tracking my movements upon commencing the mission. All that was left was the waiting. Or so I thought. Then, troubling information came to light. I've seen the numbers. I've seen the equations. While I don't understand all of it, I understand enough to know it is the truth. And I am the only one in a position to act upon it, though it means the betrayal of my team and the duty I swore to uphold. But can I?
Day 182.
I did it. They are all dead. And I am still alive. I had not expected this. I had prepared no alibi, and so felt assured my ruse would be discovered and I'd not have to carry this burden. But the complete gullibility of the Protectorate subjects cannot be underestimated, it seems. My threadbare excuse of my grievous wounds as pitchball injuries was accepted without question. I can only keep telling myself it had to be done. Something which becomes harder by the day as the rift anomaly grows in the sky. But it was all part of the plan. Wasn't it?
I can't believe this. Void me if I understand any of this. DeVries sold us out for what? Because of a few equations? Some dots and lines on a graph? Good fucking law. I mean, she wasn't a damn scientist. She said it herself. She didn't understand all of it, the math. So what was she thinking?
I've seen many colleagues lose themselves to an obsession.
Oh, yeah? And how many of those colleagues went and blew up a space station on account of it? Damn it! I never wanted to talk about this. I wanted to just leave it alone. Told myself, no point in judging up the past. Should have known it wouldn't rest. DeVries may have saved me on Triangulum, but I wasn't the only one looked up to her. Lots of the other recruits talked about her too, back at the academy.
I didn't realize she had so much reputation.
Y'all thought she was the pinnacle of what an agent should be. Tough, smart, ain't a job she couldn't get done. And better and faster than everyone else. Inspired all of us.
It must have been after my time. I don't remember hearing her name before Horizon Point.
Reckon so. Something might embarrassing how much worship we all put on her name. You put a tool in my hand, I would have built monuments to her. Figured my own career could be just that. Doing for others what she done for me. Never imagined I'd actually get to work with her. Me, some nobody from Triangulum. And then she betrayed us. Tried telling myself it was an accident, but now we've got the cold, hard proof it wasn't. Law only knows why she trusted the Order's numbers.
Always ascribe to malice even that which can be explained by incompetence, I say.
Ain't cynical if it turns out true. DeVries was willing to sacrifice us. I have to know what for. I mean, she always struck me as so pragmatic. Real sensible-like. Never figured she'd go all in on predictions from a bunch of monks.
I'm not surprised. Religion has been used to control and manipulate for eons.
Done some good too. Even I can admit that not everyone following the plan is a fanatic. But when those beliefs start to require hurting others, even killing them, that's worth questioning their virtue.
And what's kept you going all these years? Hopes of revenge?
No. Didn't even know DeVries was alive until she brought the satellite down. Until then, what kept me going was mostly training and stubbornness. And Val. But to your point, holding someone who's wronged you accountable for their actions ain't an act of vengeance. Some might call it justice.
Some might. People justify bad behavior in all sorts of ways.
You forget we're on the same side here, Commander? I'm not the only one DeVries wronged. She robbed you of 10 years of your life. Don't you want recompense for that?
I'd rather learn why DeVries did it before passing judgment.
Exactly. We get answers, then she gets a bullet. Everyone goes home happy. Whatever her plans, she started putting them in place while stationed undercover at the Vox Relay. Our next point of order ought to be getting in there. Reckon there's got to be someone on the island who can help us with that. Let's keep asking around. Friendly like.
Man, oh man. Feels weird that it's qualified as stealing when, are stolen items like... Do they have a marker? The liberation bent of Auntie's choice in the whole, saving people from the horrors of the rest of those peons. Man. Guess I never really got that vibe out of the BioShock games. Ooh, what's this? Auntie wants to help you acclimate to the wondrous new freedom. Swiper, no swipey. Empower yourself with the latest AC products. Use new ones generously and throw away your old ones. You deserve only the best. Be efficient. Use your newfound freedoms to ensure your destiny is filled with all the goodness bits can buy. Remember, anytime you are not shopping is time you could be shipping. Yeah, if this is supposed to be the size of a dwelling, then my God, she really did hide away an enormous amount of her floor square footage. Yay, hyper-capitalism. No, the same thing. Whew. Wowee. What a poot I had there. Excuse me. Just walking into people's houses, treating it like a normal affair. Wanted, dead or alive, protectorate drone reward on delivery. I'm not getting in there. Be thou blessed. Found a biomass grenade inside of a nest. Ooh. Hello. I finally have the opportunity to sell stuff. Workbench. Crafting mod party upgrades. Breakdown. Turn junk and old equipment you've looted into materials that can be used for crafting. Okay. Scrap metal and gears. Magnets. Oh shit, man. This is gonna be a messy one, man. Let's look at the junk. This turns into crabble shell and crude biomass. Okay. Crafting. Okay, at this workbench, the crafting screen allows you to spend crafting resources to create various items such as ammo, inhaler charges, primers, throwables, and more. Find and purchase more recipes to unlock them for crafting. If you're short on crafting resources, access the breakdown screen on the workbench to destroy items, turn them into their base crafting materials. Consumable. Compact rounds. I do need more compact rounds. But I do not have enough black powder. Plenty of scrap metal. Huh. Nicotine? Nicotine? It takes nicotine to do an inhaler charge? Jeez. I have a fair number of mag picks and bypasses. I'm probably not going to be able to make more of them. Let us talk to a trader.
Nothing says there's a new sheriff in town. Quite like a giant hologram over the town hall. Maybe we ought to go and introduce ourselves.
Oh. Yeah, sure enough. Let's look for
so many rumors flying around about the rifts. The lab coats can't figure them out. Some people worship them. They're becoming unstable. What if they swallow us up?
Rifts are no cause for concern. They're simply part of the paradigm.
You say that about everything. You can be honest with me. Tell me how you really feel.
The rifts, I can't.
Say no more. I get it. I'm scared too.
I gotta go jump on a meeting. See you later, guys. Check back after. You enjoy your meeting, if that is even a possible thing to do. Well. Holy moly, what is this place? Arboretum?
I'm simply not credulous enough to accept this is where I've ended up. Doing the work of at least 3 lackeys. Or a full half-dozen automechs. All by my lonesome.
I guess I'll talk to you about that after I'm certain that I haven't looted everything that's useful out of your greenhouse. This feels a little bit like Edgewater, in all honesty. Which wasn't such a bad place despite its name. I love edging.
I'd welcome you, would-be consumer, but we are not a retail operation. Please visit the various consumer locations around Fairfield for all your purchasing needs. I have far too many claims on my time to be able to cater to the curious at the moment.
This looks like a lot of work. Is it just you in here?
I was meant to have help, but they lacked the barest amount of gray matter it takes to keep from getting locked up by excessive corporate malfeasance. So, I'm on my own here.
breaking my back trying to buttress all these vines on top of all my other jobs. Oh, the bits I wouldn't pay for some of those mechs the Protectorate used to work this place. So, is there anything else, or can I get back to work?
I'm just curious what all this is for.
Quite the setup, ain't it? Before we took Fairfield, Auntie's Choice didn't have anything like this. Every kind of plant we've got was made to thrive in a chemical vat. But the Protectorate grows all their greens the old-fashioned way, with water and soil and actual fertilizer. I can't decide if it's adorably quaint or just plain daft. Then again, they all only have one job, so they have the time to indulge in all those sorts of archaic whimsies. Damn lucky Crabble copulators.
Then, what do you use it for?
Research, mostly. Some wholesale. And as the base for some small batch, highly exclusive, limited edition retail runs. Though I expect word any day that the big brains in R&D will have tweaked and twisted these plants so they're better than nature. Then we push the new product on the market. And my contract says I get 0.0003427% of net after development, testing, packaging, advertising, and distribution costs. So, you know, this is a pretty big deal for me.
Well, I don't have anything else to add. I was just passing through. Thought I'd look around.
Well, I've got a lot left to do and not much time left to do it in, so you can show yourself out.
How lovely. There's a difference between edgy and edgying.
People are always going on about.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I think they could be one and the same.
Does it really improve your life?
Oh, yes. The paradigm we serve supplies all we deserve.
I wonder if it would help me. Is it available in extra strength?
My God. My word. Oh, wait. I forgot to take my pills. Have to take them all at the same time. I know that I could just use the vending machine, but I'm kind of hopeful to find a trader or something. Kind of weird to like see that I can pick. Oh, for some reason, the stuff on the porch is not qualified as stealing. Ooh. Private locker keys. What do we have here? I love reading people's messages. Marketing musings. Note to self: genius. As all of the following ideas may be, they could use some fine tuning. Outreach programs for the health and happiness of Arcadia. Auntie's Choice sponsor amateur tossball league. Capitalism 101. An introduction to Auntie's Choice and how you can climb the corporate ladder. Slogans for the attention and branding allegiance of Arcadia. Why trust the paradigm when you can live? When your life could be sublime. Has the Protectorate forsaken you? Fear not, for Auntie knows just what to do. Suitable secondary titles in honor of your hard-won accomplishments. You dashing devil, you. Executive of Eloquence. Administrator of Assimilation. Proprietor of Panache. Who could want more? Other contemplations. It is true that persuasion has been pushed aside in favor of battles and bloodshed. I hope to law that it is not the case. Oh, but my age is catching up with me, and I know now that my words fall on deaf ears as if I am a doddering old fool. I know the eyes of Auntie, and indeed of everyone else in town, and upon me now. So if I am to show my methods are sound, I must make my move now. I mustn't fail. Messages. Halted a simulation? Wait. There we go. Dear Mrs. Tinsley, it is regrettable that you are harboring these thoughts, given the time that you'll most certainly It is regrettable that you are harboring these thoughts. Given time, you'll most certainly make yourself useful to Auntie's choice. If all else fails, simply find a mirror and gaze at your own magnificence. And I'm sure you'll find the feeling of inadequacy melt away. It works for me every time. Although, should these feelings stem from any lingering protectorate connections, I may be able to be of use. Do you perchance still possess any yet ye saying compatriots, reluctant to fully give themselves to Auntie? If so, do tell your favorite minister so he might help yourself. Your friend, DB. Hello, Strife. Hello, Doomsday. How are you doing? Greetings. Welcome to the stream. Okay. Found, like, a commander's house, I guess? That's what it is? Anyone home? Oh, it's just me. Socially alone here. Who puts their money in the refrigerator? Oh, watch streak reached. Doomsday is on a 3-stream streak. Woo, streak! Good times. Let's check the messages. Play stupid games. I've begun my work here, including taking over my predecessor's overseer role at the greenhouse. Unfortunately, it seems that Fairfield's situation is even worse than we feared. That buffoon Caldwell apparently felt receiving our inventory as aerial drops was just too much effort, so he was having the pilots set their assets down at the old Protectorate landing pad, after which he'd move the goods in the middle of the day, apparently expecting that everyone would just ignore their little shenanigans no matter how much of a ruckus they caused. I considered paying a visit to Caldwell's cell in the old constable's office so as to ask him why he could possibly be that hull-headed, but there's no answer he'd possibly give that justify the risk to our associating in public. People who like cold, hard cash. Oh my god, Eli, please. Please. Fully determined to deterministically fail. Okay. To be certain, we knew rushing unsalted agents into position was risky, but there was so much profit to be made in this damnable moon that we just had to try. Still, never in our wildest dreams did we conjure these clods burying themselves in crabble crap this deep. In addition to the obvious smuggling, they've been run up on dozens of related crimes, including market disruption, unconscionable shrinkage, and anti-monopolistic pricing. My god. Still, at least they're all accounted for. Unfortunately, some of the charges against them seem a mite bit weak, and if they get loose, I'll have twice the work getting this operation back on track. But give it no mind. I've shaped a plan I think will solve it all in my next move. Operations to resume shortly. Hello, Ratchet. Hi. I don't want you up here right now. I'm kind of busy. Yeah, come on. Come on. then wouldn't they put it in the freezer? Oh, for God's sake, Ace. Why? Why are you doing this to me? What have I done to deserve these terrible puns? They made it hard in a different way. You have no earthly idea how frequently that my tip is just brushing against the keyboard. It's mostly because I have a low-hanging tray. Operations to resume shortly. I've finished gathering all of the internal information on our troublemakers, gift-wrapped the lot of it, and left it atop the local compliance adjuster's terminal. Given the incredible financial windfall this case now offers him, I expect he'll aim to deliver our former associates to the undisputed claim as soon as humanly possible. Give me a week or two after he leaves to finish cleaning up, and we'll be ready to get our markets back to work. Okay, well, nothing particularly interesting, but whatever. I do enjoy exploring the town.
It's so confusing for us protectorate folk. Do you mind if I ask you a question?
Sure, shoot.
Thank you.
Are you gonna ask your question?
I did. When I asked if I could ask a question, that was my question. We don't ask too many questions in the protectorate, so it felt good to ask one.
The discussions between these two characters is very entertaining. With such a little rod, your tray would have to be sitting fully on your lap to brush anything. One of two things has occurred. You have either called me out, or you now know where my keyboard is resting. Which do you think it is?
No signs of corrosion. Exhaust manifold still warm. Come on, baby. I can't help you if you don't tell me what's wrong.
It's a bunch of complex valves and piping. You have no idea what it does. Could be both. God. Honestly, got me thinking about the stuff in my my drawer. It's like it's so packed full. I woke up this morning and like it was one of those days where I was just like I could try to figure out what on earth I'm grabbing at inside of my drawer to put on, but I just didn't have the interest in it. I was just like, no, I'm just gonna kind of grab, and if I like grab something that's good, that'll be fine, because you know not everything is something that I want to put on. So it's like, okay, well, we'll just grab whatever, and if it passes the glance test, then I put it on, and if it doesn't, I put it back and I try again. A little bit like playing roulette. And it was in this moment that I thought to myself, once again, I have too many pairs. What's your story there, Artley?
You just stopping by to admire the mines, or is there something I can help you with?
You know, talking to an inanimate object is often an early sign of madness.
Only becomes a problem if the objects start talking back. Make my job a whole lot easier if they would, though.
Can you give me any specifics about the repair work you're doing?
See this system here? It deploys extreme countermeasures against overhead attacks in the form of aerial explosives, often referred to as sky mines by those who prefer brevity. However, the whole thing is currently non-operational. Some problem with the lifting mechanism. No lift means no sky mines. No sky mines means the enemy can blow in like a bad sail, and we'll all be passing in our bits before you can say, gee, nice weather we're having today.
It might be possible to rebalance the propellant inside of the mechanism.
Please. I'm not some flathead doesn't know her hygroscopic compounds. You mess with the balance, you risk the whole thing combusting.
Not if you trim the molecular excitement before reversing the compound's polarity.
Are you loaded to the bulkhead? There is no universe where that works.
I wouldn't trust me, I know what I'm doing.
I'll be over there if you need me. Way over there. Should clear the blast radius at that distance.
Well, I utterly and completely lack the capacity to do anything.
This launcher ain't going to fix itself.
Let's awkwardly walk away from this one. I got myself in a little bit too deep. Hello. What's this? Anything hidden under the bridge? Man, almost choked on my coffee there. Take a big swig of the stuff, and then all of a sudden, there's a bunch of, there's just a tiny bit of coffee that goes down. It doesn't even go down the wrong tube, it just touches the wrong tube. Stealth grass. Thick grass hides you from hostiles in the area, making them unable to see you from a distance. Use it to sneak by safely or get the drop on them. Beauty.
Might I have a word, Commander?
What's up?
I know I've been pushing to find DeVries, so this might seem a bit of a left turn. Avoid it. I'm just gonna ask. Got an old friend here on the island. The doctor who patched me up after Horizon Point. Ex-protectorate, a good man. Tracked him to Westport a short time ago, but never got up the nerve to visit. Reckon we could drop by and pay him a visit. Brief one, of course.
Oh, stop being coy and tell me what this is about.
I had some bad years on my own. Now with you here being part of a team, this might sound a mite soppy, but I feel like I could be a proper agent again. That starts with writing accounts. This friend of mine, Zebulon Tran, I let him down. And I've been chewing on that live wire for a while. Too long, maybe.
What happened between you two?
After I recovered from Horizon Point, Zeb and I ran together for a spell, doing what we could to help folks in difficult spots. Fighting protectorate tyranny in small ways. Too small for Zeb, as it turned out. He was unhappy before I showed up, and after, well, all my directorate talk fired him up even more. I had my orders. I was to stay low. Couldn't let the protectorate catch wind of an Earth Directorate agent in its midst. But Zeb, he kept pushing to take more extreme action.
I never would have guessed that there was a resistance to the protectorate from within.
Resistance is a mite strong. It wasn't like he was part of some greater movement. He avoided speaking out of line, but he was already spinning up discontent by the time we met.
So what happened?
We worked hard, but the Protectorate's arbiters and sentinels worked harder. Often than not, our help only made targets of the folks whose lives we were trying to improve. Didn't matter what we did. Arcadia was still caught under the Protectorate's boot.
You're trying to do the right thing. That's what an Earth Directorate agent should do.
Wouldn't have expected you to see it that way, given all your talk of trusting no one and looking out for myself. But maybe we've both done some growing since then. Anyway, things weren't good. Zeb and I couldn't find the rhythm we had before. We were arguing every day. Eventually, cutting ties just seemed for the best. Clean like. Only later I learned Zeb hadn't given up the struggle like I assumed he would. He got to stay in mental refreshment for his trouble. That's the last I heard of him, till recent.
Be straight with me, Niles. What are you hoping to get out of seeing him?
If it weren't for Zeb, I'd be in the ground. It's a debt I never properly repaid. Plus, I don't relish his last memory of me being a vanishing act. I owe him better. And since finding you, well, a lot feels possible now that didn't before.
No time like the present to make up for the past mistakes. Let's go see him.
Much appreciated, Commander. Promise, I won't be making a habit of pulling skeletons out of my closet. Westport's on the east side of the island. I tracked Zeb to somewhere on its outskirts, but never got up the nerve to visit before now. We ought to start there.
Well, I gotta go. I'll catch you all next time. Alrighty. Maybe you'll not miss the part where I strip naked next time, No, it won't be in the VOD because, like always,
Holler when you're ready for me, Doc. I'll be over here. Definitely not in excruciating pain.
Well, I'm not a doctor. Strip naked? What did I miss? Nothing, Extrema. Absolutely nothing. Because even if I was to strip naked, you wouldn't see anything. Too small. Time for a refill on coffee now. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Golly. I come back after an hour or two, and that's the first thing I hear. Well, you're welcome. All right. I have to actually use the powder first because it won't dissolve properly if it's not at the bottom of the mug.
Ooh la la.
Aha. I went light on the non-dairy creamer and it paid off. Pretty certain I've got just the right balance there. Twitch keeps reminding me of this. Apparently it didn't give the notification when I first subbed. Well, thank you very much for the subscription there, Extrema. It's good to know that I'm worth both your time and your money. It is great to have you along for the ride, and enjoy yourself while you're here. Okie dokie. Fix the camera up. I mean, Extrema, you do know about the gallery that's in place, right? I think it's an important thing for me to ask that question. Giving me more than I could ever give back. Fallout 3 came out 8 years ago, my man. Not 8. Yeah, I was about to say Extrema. Fallout 3 came out in 2008. It's close to 20 years old. Currently 17 years old.
Oh, please, take a seat. And the doctor will be with you in a legally acceptable amount of time.
Oh, for God's sake.
I must ask you to hold still.
Clinic chemist. This gizmo looks really complicated and probably expensive. You can't tell much from looking at it, but most of the vitals are pretty empty on materials. Formulated coagulant or randomly mixed chemicals and hope for the best. Oh my god. I have no skill to help. Absolutely none.
You'd make a great lower manager.
Well, I'm aware of the gallery. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, cool. I cannot keep track of who knows about stuff and who doesn't. What's this? Oh, same advertisement that I've seen several times over now. Yes, the gallery with all of my finery. Oh, my word.
I see a huge opportunity for us in Fairfield. There's zero competition and plenty to drive people to drink. Welcome to the Name Pending Saloon, purveyor of spirits and stimuli. What'll it be, stranger?
The Name Pending Saloon? You haven't even named this place yet?
That is an ensuing step on my 19-point business plan. Trying to find a name that would convince patrons to spend their hard-earned bits here. Like to hear a few contenders?
Sure, what have you got so far?
At present, my top favorites are 1. The Drunken Haggler, 2. Accessories, 3. Absinthe-Minded, 4. The Fair Shake. Now tell me, which would make you spend your hard-earned bits here?
Like, I like accessories, but I think that the pun will go over the head of most people. The Fair Shake just sounds good. My perspective of you hasn't changed over these years. If that gallery hurts my feelings any bit, then I'm the one at fault, not you. Let's just say number 4.
Well, that's what we'll call it then. I'll tell future business partners we did extensive outside testing. I can now check off step 18 of my business plan.
Tell me truthfully, you didn't really have a 19-point plan, did you?
Shh, not so loud. Look, operating a new location sure ain't easy. Swear I get blamed for anything going wrong, whether it's my fault or some foul up from the local head office. But the nice thing about Fairfield, if you sound like you got some know-how, people believe just about any bit of hooey or bunkum you declare.
You know, I bet you love to gossip as much as I do.
Why, sure. You'd be surprised how much loose talk and idle speculation occurs around here. What, between the Protectorate defectors, finally able to speak their minds, and all our off-duty Auntie's employees carping about work and the war. Any particular topic you have in mind?
Anything you can tell me about the people running this town?
Oh, Minister Milverstreet's blessed with the gift of gab. Swear he could sell bypass shunts to a Raptidon. Ain't one of them falsely magniloquent types, though. Sincere fella. Shares command of Fairfield with Acquisitions Officer Carr. She's blunt and murderous. Two traits Auntie's Choice highly prizes in a commander of corporate forces. To say they have differing approaches to leadership is like saying, gee, suns are hot, whilst being incinerated in a solar eruption.
So who's in charge up at the Vox Relay?
Vox Station's run by a brigadier by the name of Montelli. Sounds like he's as much a danger to his own troops as ours. Real piece of work, even by Protectorate standards. Reportedly enamored of show trials and summary executions.
And what's up with the Auntie's Choice? I thought Auntie Cleo and Spacer's Choice were separate.
You're asking me for the particulars of a high-level corporate acquisition. Like, an in-depth accounting of the various parties who vied for control and who won out in the end? They merged. Rebranded. Auntie Cleo seems in charge now. Dunno. Do my best to steer clear of corporate intrigue.
Well, know anything about the path up north? Anything worth steering clear of?
Tell you one thing you can't avoid. The bridge. No other way around it, and at present, it's held by Protectorate forces. We have a small contingent of troops bivouacked nearby. Forward Operating Base, they call it.
I have so many questions, and now I feel like I know everything.
My pleasure. Got anything for me in return?
Well, the rift... well, that rift is going to swallow the entire colony soon if we don't do something.
Of course I know that. We all do. Just trying to make some bits while I can, you know? Besides, some say it's decades away. Why fret unduly today? Here I was hoping you'd have a good story for me in exchange, but... oh well. Not everyone's a seasoned raconteur.
Well, I could really use a drink.
Pick your poison. And I am mostly not being literal there.
What do we got here? How many bits do I have? 1,300? Not a lot. Crabble juice? My God. Alright, cool.
Oh, you must be one of my copious direct reports. Rest assured, I'm making adequate progress in my manual labors.
My perspective of you hasn't changed over these years. If that gallery hurts my feelings any bit, then I'm the one at fault, not you. Nothing wrong with expressing yourself, sir. My word, extrema. Hello, Ignis. Good evening. I was actually surprised to find out that you are a part of the LGBTQ. Never did I expect that. Respectfully, of course, and I mean no harm. I just never noticed that during all of these years. I haven't exactly gone out of my way to express it. And I think more than anything else, it's just nice to be able to dress down and show off. How are you this fine evening? I have returned. Hello, NB. You know, NB, I keep wanting to call you Envy because NB. You know, NB, Envy. Never mind. What the fuck did I walk into? Nothing much. Just talking about the fact that I'll strip down and bare my ass in all sorts of showy ways after the gallery was brought up. You just said show off. How is the game? The game is exactly what I want it to be so far, you know?
Time for another performance review already. Apologies, I'm still applying the required elbow grease to scour these surfaces, just like a novice facility sanitizer should.
Facility sanitizer? You mean janitor?
Oh no, I'm not getting demoted again, am I? This meritocratic society is still so foreign. The workplace skullduggery, the prioritizing of self over community, the excessively colorful nutrition.
Why do you keep getting demoted?
I fear I'm not cut out for this canid, eat canid lifestyle. Seems the only way to flourish is through general underhandedness and ruthless efficiency. Never picked up those skills in my 50 years as Fairfield's drone operator. Pity they didn't keep me on there. I was quite skilled at it.
This meritocracy of theirs isn't perfect, but it's probably the fairest shake you'll get.
Well, you're right. I wanted change. Whole reason I left the Protectorate in the first place. No sense complaining about the means now.
That's all for now. I'll be on my way. Poor fella. Oh my god, it's a
Never been the
vertical
type
piano.
to sit behind a desk all day. What, when I could stand behind a bar?
Yes, he is skanky. Hello, all. I just periodically check. It's very cold today, officially -7, -21°C. My word, Northern Pyro. I'm going to sidetrack a bit, but I'm genuinely a bit sad we don't have the same type of gritty DLC for the Fallout series, like Into the Pit. That was such an awesome DLC. Into the Pit was a really good DLC. In fact, personally, I like, whenever I go back to play Fallout 3 just on my own time, I really like going in and just playing the Pit first, because it's such a great start to the game. So many valuable things, and having access to that ammo press early in the game is super valuable. That's a fancy piano. It is indeed. He made the numbers. He just has to post again. Well, no. We've got all of the images that were donated to have been released. Metal blaster, perforator, good armor. Yeah, exactly. I'm waiting for the remaster to play Fallout 3. Yeah, there's no question that the remaster is in the pipeline. It's just a matter of time. You said we had one we needed to clean up after the signed one. No, the signed one was the last one. I don't have anything else. I don't have any costume prepared. I have
skepticism. I'll pay my tab in no time. You'll see.
What on earth? Imagine those golem creatures in 1440p and 4K.
Mark my words, when my deal comes through, I'll have enough bits to own this place.
Solicit elsewhere.
What is your problem here, pal?
Swear, I almost had it this time. Everything all lined up. Easy mark, guaranteed moneymaker, favorable terms. Practically the recipe for success. Look like you've had your share of troubles. Ever had the perfect opportunity just slip through your fingers?
I usually dabble in matters of life and death. Nothing as serious as high finance.
In Auntie's choice, high finance is life and death, friend. I had just the thing to get me a fast-track promotion to lower middle management. Now you seem like someone who knows a good deal and wouldn't be adverse to helping me out.
And just what is it you need help with?
It's like this. I agreed to meet with a business associate to finalize a deal, but the location got set for Spire Grove. Problem is, you been outside of Fairfield?
The funicular to Spire Grove broke recently, so I got no way to get up there. I'd break my neck scaling that cliff for sure. There's a long way around, but it's not for me. Why, the path there might be lousy with raptidons for all I know. It wasn't before, but mayhap they were just lulling me into a false sense of complacency so they can strike.
You were saying something about Spire Grove? What's there?
While exploring facilities to the north, my partner unearthed a heretofore unexploited advanced protectorate technology. Couldn't or wouldn't go into details, but he promised every household would want one, that it'd revolutionize the daily life of Auntie's Choice citizens.
So, what's in it for him?
Typical research type, focused on all the wrong things. Not particularly motivated by competition or social advancement. Strange bird. Pitched him the dumbest deal I could think of. Told him I'd trade him my entire tossball card collection for schematics or a prototype. Said sure. Complete rube. Didn't even ask about condition. My Kelvin Tran rookie card isn't even ultra fine. Got a piece of nicotine chewing gum stuck to it.
You're in quite a bind. We could probably work out some sort of a solution.
Opportunistically leveraging difficult predicaments. That's the Auntie's Choice way. I have a few bits I can offer you. Not much, but if it turns out a roaring success like it ought to, and I get a fat promotion, I promise I'll see you're taken care of later.
Well, okay then.
Splendid. Go parlay with Jackson Plum up at Spire Grove. It's some kind of agricultural harvesting encampment southwest of here, near a mess of them rocky spires. He'll provide the agreed-upon schematics.
You've been a bit light on the details of what these schematics are for.
Truth is, haven't the slightest. You know the Protectorate have all the most advanced technology, though. Probably something straight out of an Aetherwave serial. Edible spacesuits, N-ray specs, matter translocation. It could be anything. If Jackson's all fired up about it, it'll be beyond comprehension, I'm sure.
So where's the Spire Grove exactly?
Well, the broke-down funicular is due west of here. Dexterous-looking so-and-so like yourself could probably scarp her up it in a jiffy. From there, it's just up the hill a smidge. So close, but so far away. At least for me, anyhow.
All right, consider it done. I'll be on my way.
All right, then. Don't let me keep you.
You want Auntie's Choice.
There we go. I was wondering why I was still hearing the music. My God, you guys have been very chatty here. You're so lucky I have to pay the mortgage and the car payment on the same check this month, Strife. I know. It's such a shame because the next picture is just me being completely naked. I gotta dip my nose into this because I love cars. What car do you have? I bet it's going to be wild. I've watched a couple Let's Plays. I've never played it myself. So if I get this right, it's the future, but everyone talks and dresses like the 1920s. Kind of. That's kind of the whole concept of the Outer Worlds or the visual aesthetic. So cold today. Not many people, most of them. We got a Chevy Blazer so far. Been a great car. I'm from around Detroit, so most of us have Detroit cars. Edible spacesuit? Sounds like an accident waiting to happen. Oh, absolutely. Also, wouldn't that be crossing a line? We can't actually see the micro penis in action. Oh my god. We're probably going to do electric for the next car right now because of the cold winters. Right now because of the cold winters. It's more reliable to have a gas start and actually have a gas and actually have it start. Yeah, like I want an electric car. We need a second car. Was it not for all of the ridiculousness that happened this year in the way that they took away the credit? Now I feel bad. I said that so I didn't mean that. No, you're fine. You're fine. You can preheat it and or have a garage that helps, but of course at work it'll be outside. I want a hybrid so as long as there is an ice in it. I'm fine. Man, we've got a gas-powered car right now. There's nothing wrong with it other than the fact that I just really want an electric car. We need a second car, which is the reason why I'm like, if I can find an electric car with the right miles for the right price, I'll go out and buy it, I'll get myself an electric car. But it's the whole, it's like, it's got to be the right type of car. It's got to be the right price and the right number of miles on it. And there's just not a lot of electric cars out there, especially in the area that I live. So I wouldn't buy an electric car where I am right now. I'd be worried about the extreme cold temps how the extreme cold temps would affect it. I can't really find anything that mentions temps past -10 Fahrenheit. Man, like, I totally understand the concern and the challenge. And the biggest thing is that the battery technology is ultimately, it's gonna get there. Whether or not it's good enough right now is another story. Why don't you do a lease Strife? That's a lot cheaper. I like owning the things that I have, that I'm in possession of. I mean, the other thing is that, like, I haven't really thoroughly looked into what leasing a vehicle means.
Boy, take this terminal and trash it. That's it. I need a smoke.
Something wrong there, pal?
If you're about to blast me about fixing that void-forsaken terminal, it'll have to wait. I'm entitled to a break like anyone else. It's in my contract. I triple-checked.
Well, that's a totally normal and not at all defensive response to a stranger's hello.
Sorry, I've had an accusation of laziness laid at my feet a time or two, and I'm not looking to score more. Not with the amount of eyes on me right now. I'm no loafer, mind you. Just happens I like to work in measurable gains, rather than busying myself for the sake of it.
So what do you do around here when you're not on break?
I'm a technician. I've been getting pressure from folks up top to deploy these Protectorate drones to the military camp on behalf of Auntie's Choice. The drones are ready to launch. All that needs doing is fixing their targeting priorities so they mark us as friendlies. But I can't breach the terminal's security protocols.
Biggs. It's the guy who voiced Biggs in Final Fantasy VII. I knew I recognized him. What happens if you can't deploy the drones?
I lose my job, most like. If that ain't enough to dampen the spirit, without these drones, Fairfield will also be at a significant disadvantage against the Protectorate. I know it probably seems like we're up to our ducks in troops, but half of them are ex-Protectorate trainees who can't tell the business end of a rifle. We need these drones.
Well, I noticed a baton locked in one of the cases. Just so you know, if I help, I'm taking it.
What? Oh, yeah. Must have gotten jammed in there prior to the liberation. Truth be told, I'd forgotten about it. What with all the trouble this terminal's been giving me. If I can get these drones launched, you're welcome to help yourself to it.
Is there anyone with more experience who could help you?
Guessing that means you're flat out of ideas? Figures. Not that I need the help of some protectorate townie, understand, but... I might have heard my predecessor was odd-jobbing it around town these days. Magnus, I think his name was. Bet a fellow drone operator like him would have some insight into all this... perplexity.
Say no more. I'll see if I can find him. All right, listen, I have got to pee. Oh my God, so much coffee is in me. Wow, okay, I've returned. Man, you guys have been very chatty. Like, we have a garage. I'm talking about the negative degree days where most cars will not start even if you have the garage with some heat. It gets to like negative 20 here sometimes. Yeah, like that's, if you, especially if you're talking like in Fahrenheit, that's a type of temperature that I don't think I've ever seen in my entire life. I've never been in an environment cold enough to hit negative 20. I have an Audi A6 from 2011. It's a diesel. Car cranks no matter what, no matter the weather. Man, diesel. Yeah, like in 2 years, it should be really worth it and be able to handle all that kind of stuff. I actually live near a battery testing facility research area. Wow. Holy cannoli, a diesel. No rolling coal or removing DPF. Sweden's pollution laws are out of hand. Fun to have the DPF or EGR break because we can't code them out and save money. Jeez. Actually got to chat with someone who was testing the Cybertruck for Arctic conditions. He said range was severely affected by temperatures past -20. Man, the Cybertruck is a great example of something that nobody should ever own. Like, Cybertruck is something that there are just piles and piles of that vehicle rusting over because nobody wants it because it's such a piss poor car. Teslas in general are not great vehicles. You occasionally see cars in Dazzle Camo up here. They like to test in the cold. Dazzle Camo. God. At the risk of sounding stupid, what did you mean? Code them out. Your butt is chatty. Golly. No, not an issue. You basically remove the EGR and DPF from the system so the car runs the exhaust uncleaned, thus sooting the environment. Since diesel is so unclean, if not run through an EGR and DPF, when the DPF clogs up or breaks, it becomes costly as fuck, same as the EGR fails. Man, sounds a whole lot to me like you're just talking about a catalytic converter, but then again, I don't know that much about cars. It doesn't happen a lot, but it's happened at least 12 times since I've been alive. Whew. All right, well, I don't have a whole lot longer that I get to stream here. I've got to space my time out here properly. What's this? Look up your own bounty. No outstanding bounty. Look up local bounties. Wanted drone swarm. The Protectorate has dispatched a swarm of anti-corporatist drones against Fairfield. A drone cannot be reasoned with or persuaded by superior marketing and must therefore be destroyed. Drones were last seen in the hills around the Ministry of Accuracy. A bounty of bits and positive reinforcement will be rewarded to whoever brings them down.
Finally find a way to get ahead.
With a door this tough, they must be storing something good in there.
Yeah, guns, armor, probably some ammunition too. Honestly, Kemp ain't that much of a mystery.
God. DPF and catalytic converter are basically the same thing, just that DPF is a fuck ton more annoying to switch and clean and expensive. Wow, okay. Electrical, mechanical, industrial engineer. I think my dad used to work on catalytic converters and drive shafts and stuff. For context, Dazzle Camo is when they wrap the car in swirly patterns to try and hide the lines of the vehicle. Okay, that's interesting.
You're thinking too small, Murph. I'd put money on the Protectorate stashing treasure inside. A whole pool of bits enough to swim in.
It's a constabulary, not a bank. And certainly not some kind of gold-filled swimming hole. Besides, these Protectorate lack imagination. Never had an original thought wasn't written down for them first. Like I told you before, it's probably just guns.
Is, the door giving you trouble?
We've tried everything short of skipping a ship through that door to get inside. Though, come to think of it, maybe that's not such a bad idea.
That's ill-advised. Deploying skip technology this close to a plant would be disastrous.
I'd love to see the quartermaster's face after turning her lamps onto that requisition request.
Fine. Skip drives out. Say, maybe we could commandeer one of them tractors out in the field instead. Oh, that could plow through the door.
Why is it so important that you get into this armory anyway?
In case you haven't noticed, we're in the middle of a war. And hard to say whether we're winning or not. Better question is why no one else is treating this like a top priority.
Is this situation with the Protectorate that dire?
In any siege, advantage goes to the defenders. Right now, the Protectorate still has control of the bridge to the Vox station. That station is the key to taking Paradise Island. When Officer Carr ever gets the go-ahead, we need to be ready.
What's preventing Carr from taking action?
Why do you want to know? What are you, some kind of spy?
Back down, Trooper. I'm sure our friend here is just curious. Still haven't gotten orders to, I suppose. Only person besides Carr who might know more is Commander Torres out at the forward operating base.
Sounds like you're in a stalemate.
Right. With all our new trainees, we've got the numbers. But bodies won't mean diddly without the weapons and equipment hopefully inside that armory.
If there are any weapons at all, I still say it's treasure. This is Eden after all.
You've made your case, Kemp. I'm more interested in hearing the opinion of our new friend here. What do you suppose is in there?
Nothing. I bet it's empty, and you're both wasting your time.
Well, don't sound so excited about it.
I don't see it mattering much either way. That door is sealed tighter than a salt tuna can. Nobody's getting through anytime soon.
A unique challenge requires a unique solution.
You sound like you've got something percolating.
No. Not really, just stating the obvious.
Helpful.
Guess we gotta start afresh. Can we untable that tractor meets door idea now?
Lockpick 3 and a mag pick. Or I could use explosives. That would be functional, but, whoa! Oh, okay. Man, chatty as can be, chat. All in all, we should have regulations, of course, and since I drive 100 kilometers or 62 miles to work and back, it has the time to regenerate, burn the soot buildup in the DPF to keep it clean. So for me, it isn't an issue, but old things break, and with Audi, and when Audi wants to break, it eats up the wallet. Oh, jeez. At the end of his career, he was actually working militarized vehicles for the Department of Defense. Wow. Definitely used to put that many miles on it with for a while when I was younger, and the only thing that lived through that was an '89 Chevy Celebrity. God. It's a new job I got. Me and my girlfriend are gonna move to the city where my job is in about a year so we can reduce wear and bring costs down. She just has to finish her electrical education classes first, and then it's all green light. But damn, I do love the car. 4 years in my hands, and all it has me doing is the regular service and occasional part changes. That's awesome. Wish you the best of luck. Also, yay, women in STEM. I'm kind of scared though. If she gets angry enough, she will know how to hook up a whole power grid to fry me. Your face is chatty, invoking Tev taunts. God. You don't see many fancy vehicles up here. Seeing a Porsche Cayenne parked at the grocery store was an interesting sight. Does she already cook? She could just poison you already. Rich people buy fancy trucks up here. God, the number of people that just buy tons of fancy... Just oversized trucks. They annoy the piss out of me.
Be. I have no interest in dealing with the machinations of you dark marketers today. Have you two come to mock me like your fellow dullards? Perhaps if you rub together your only 2 brain cells, you might even come up with something approaching cutting. No. Wait. You're not some corporate simpleton, are you? On the contrary, you have the manner of an officer about you. Someone who understands the substantive weight of command.
Well, And who exactly are you?
Please, allow me to start over. I am Warden Sterling, dedicated servant of the Protector of Arcadia and Caretaker of Worlds, the Sovereign Henry Varick.
If you're a warden, shouldn't you be guarding the cell from the outside of it?
I'm not that kind of warden. It's a title of distinction for those who serve in the Protectorate military, short for Warden of the Realm.
You wouldn't happen to know how a way to get into the armory, would you?
And if I did?
Better I get whatever's inside that armory than the people who imprisoned you, right?
What a strange argument. Obviously, I would prefer the contents of the armory remain with the Protectorate, but circumstances being what they are, perhaps you're right. We need more privacy before continuing this conversation. Go to the back of the building, and I shall meet you at the window of my cell.
You can rely on me to be the very spirit of discretion.
I'll be waiting.
How unexpected. Damn, she does cook fine meals, and I don't think about it. Now you're scaring me. You're plotting against me. BMW drivers are always bad. You can see the bad driving a mile away. This has been my experience as well. If you treat her right, you'll be fine. Well, she wanted my offspring. I've done something right. That's just the first step. His mustache. This guy does have a very, very exceptional mustache.
We should be able to speak freely here without the risk of being overheard.
Yeah, like you turned around and you walked 2 feet in the opposite direction that you were previously facing. How clandestine. I feel like a spy.
Had you been born in the Protectorate, that passion for discreet service would have been rewarded with assignment to the Sentinels. A loss for us all, no doubt. But now, we were speaking of finding a way into the armory, yes? There is an entrance on the roof by which you may gain ingress. Had these two dolts bothered to do even the most cursory inspection, they'd have found it.
The roof? How am I supposed to get up there?
I leave that to you to discover. Be grateful I offered you this much. That is all I have for you. I must recuse myself now, lest I draw undue attention and be subjected to another lecture on the benefits of the free market. Goodbye, and pray we never meet outside this constabulary. I will, of course, be required by duty to meet you as an adversary under such circumstances.
Lovely. Hit. Yep. All right. Defensive plates. Got some shells. Explosives. A shock machine gun. Infantry cap. Bandolier. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Can I get out?
Whoa! How in the blazes did you get in there? Huh. Guns after all. Most of these irons look pretty old-fashioned, too. A bit lackluster, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's real sad how our trainees will have the armaments to defend us now. I swear, Kemp, sometimes I wonder about you. And of course, we have you to thank. That sure was an impressive display of ingenuity and forward thinking.
I just saved you two a lot of time. Surely that's worth more than a pat on the back.
What do you think, Murph? Guess we could make this some kind of tax write-off.
If anyone asks, you're a professional we hired through the proper channels. Definitely not some nobody drifted in from the aether. Understood? Good.
Simple as can be. I'm not even a mustache gal, and I'm like, yep. Hurts my soul when I see video game characters grow awesome beards and mustaches, and I've yet to reach full beard. Like, just grow. Do I need to plant seeds and water every day? It's genetics. My husband always wanted to grow mutton chops. He can grow a full beard on the bottom and the mustache, but nothing really on the sides. Thank God for me. God. I've never seen Dad with a full beard, but he shaves constantly and he has the roots to do it if he wants. I guess I need to wait until I'm 30. Man, that's a hell of a statement right there, Extrema. I'm feeling a little bit old. If you're already past 24, usually that's about as much hair as you're gonna get.
Don't go into that cheap saloon if you got a lick of gumption. They got no tolerance for it. Why do you think I'm out here? Has nothing to do with my current and very temporary shortage of funds.
Oh my God. Okay, what did I find here? Shock machine gun. Which... ammo type shock rod. Okay, what does this take? Short rounds and compact rounds. Huh. This is supposed to do so much damage, but its spread is so disgustingly huge. Oh shit, son. Oh, look at this bad boy. 25 next year, Will. You let a child into the chat. All I can think about is the fact that I wish I was as young as you right now, you know? The quest journal shows information on your active and completed quests. Here, you can view details and change your currently active quest. Okay. Main quest, healthy improvement, pressing cares. Check the region map here. All right. Well. '24 was great. 28 to 29 was good. The zenith before 30s destroys you. All right. Let's get some ammo, shall we? Biomass canister, shock rod, compact rounds. This is what I need. More compact rounds. I'm gonna just buy like, I don't know, 150 or so. Oh my word. Oh, that I was, ooh, jeez. Sure. We'll accept that. There we go. I've got actual freaking ammo for my gun now. Oh, I'll give you a facial spritz as well, trust me. Go ahead and save my game, because it's unfortunately time for me to stop. I'm probably going to take some time to continue playing this game on my own, and just basically focus on the main quest whenever I'm streaming. So I'm going to focus on like side quests and whatnot in my own time, because otherwise I'm going to be playing this thing straight through to February or something, because I'm so thorough. No, why? Boo. NB, did you not hear what the announcement speaker with advertising on it said? It said something, buy something and she'll give you a facial spritz. No, I want you to play it until February. Well, unfortunately, like, it's kind of important for me to be able to publish some freaking video content about this game. Whoa! Oh! Oh! Stretch my bones and maybe some tendons at the same time. You better play for months. I need my narration fixed from you. I have to say something here. I really, really like being able to do the narrative, like, content that I did with the Fallout games, and like with Fallout 3, New Vegas, and Skyrim. The problem is that the YouTube algorithm does not reward Let's Plays anymore. So I've had all the reason to not ever do another one. Like to not do another Let's Play, because YouTube is just like, oh, we are going to demote you in the algorithm. We're not going to push that out to your subscribers. It's not going to show up. So, it's such an awkward situation, you know? That's why we want to watch it here. I want to find a middle ground for that type of stuff. You know, I really do. Part of me is wondering whether or not I can make it work by, like, changing the formula that I used, because the formula that I used for, like, the Fallout and the Skyrim series that I did all those years ago was basically, it was Let's Play. It was, you know, every single episode led into the next, and it was a numbered series. And I was like, well, what if I figured out how to, like, do all of those quests in a particular order? Like, what if I isolated the individual quests and I just did them? And it was like, yeah, the whole, that in particular quest is a story unto itself, you know? Where it's like, yeah, it's an episode just doing that quest, instead of it being in a larger thread. Patreon. Oh, geez, you know, you're making a really good point there. I could totally do it for Patreon. I can't do a full playthrough because that's so much work. Like, an actual proper Let's Play on Patreon would demand that I don't want to dedicate to something without knowing that I can actually follow through on it. I would have to figure out, like, a temporary method type situation. Spam shorts and direct people to your Twitch channel. Yeah, you're right about that. The problem is that I hate editing. I cannot work through the like, making shorts out of Twitch content is something that I don't really know how to do, because I hate the prospect. Like, I don't like the way that you have to do content these days because it's so time intensive. I am the type of creator who's like, no, less is more. Unfortunately, a lot of what YouTube operates is, no, more is more. Less is more doesn't compute on the platform. Old man rant now, kind of. Can you find an editor? I don't have money to pay an editor. That's the biggest problem. I do not have money to pay an editor. Never have. Never made enough for it. Yeah, I mean, the traffic is great. I just wish they didn't kill the old pillars that got them where they are now. I don't know what to say. It's your classic story of, like, change or die, and unfortunately the stuff that, like, gets my brain going, that gets my juices flowing, just doesn't seem to be the stuff that YouTube rewards anymore. And for that matter, for some reason, even whenever I do the content that YouTube kind of likes, I'll do, like, 2 episodes in a row. I published an episode last week, like, of the Alchemy Guide, and it didn't do very good numbers. And then I did a follow-up video about how to get, you know, the best alchemy equipment in the game this week. And YouTube was like, oh, nobody cares about this video. Nobody cares about this video. We're not going to push it out to anybody. And it's made, like, maybe 1/4 of the views. So 1/4 of the views compared to a video, and I'm comparing to a video that didn't do great views to begin with. So what am I supposed to do, you know? That's actually an awesome idea. Isolating episode per quest, not too short, not too long, with how thorough you are. Very apparent from your Fallout 3, New Vegas, and Skyrim playthroughs. That would be interesting. Like I'm just one of the major problems that you have to accept about a series that has numbers on it or anything is the fact that the bigger that number gets, the less likely someone is to come along and just watch it. So I don't necessarily think that there's a problem with trying to continue with the formula. It's trying to figure out how to advertise it. And unfortunately, I'm a bad advertiser. A lot of what it takes to be successful on YouTube is less about making good content, and it's more about advertising the content you make well. You can make the best content ever, but if you're not advertising properly, then nobody's going to watch it. You can make some exceedingly mediocre content. I'm not saying that you can get away making bad content. To a certain degree that is possible, but you can make exceedingly mediocre content on YouTube, and if you have the proper advertising method or just capitalizing on the algorithms, search engine optimization, etc., you will come out on top, because you can make some really trashy stuff and still be successful as long as the content is getting in front of people's eyes, Good advice on creating shorts using Twitch clips. If I had the time to actually go through my freaking streams and find moments and highlight them and everything, I would, but I'm bad at it. I'm terrible at it. I've tried in the past and I can't. That's so terrible. Sorry, Pyro. Whatever you linked, links are not allowed in chat. They're scrubbed automatically. Guy has great advice on how to game YouTube systems to get people over to Twitch. But thanks for the offer, more or less. That's all that I can say. Don't know, AI garbage is all over the shorts. I mean, and that's a fire hose of the lowest possible anything. If you and that's the thing about AI garbage. Like you can churn it out so fast, it doesn't matter that it's low quality because you didn't really have to put any effort in to make it happen. Like, I'm offended when I'm seeing these shorts where it's like, clearly all you did is get some clips. You didn't even write this, you asshole. Garbage. Or reiterate what someone else has said with different background or AI. There's a lot of that. I keep forgetting that. Damned ADHD. It happens. It happens, Don't worry about it too much. It's gross and I'm sad. Well, times change. The world continues to turn, and it's just a matter of figuring out how to live with it. I mean, we're in the middle of an AI bubble. There's no way that we're not in an AI bubble at this point. The question is just how big of a bubble it is and how that bubble ends up losing its air. Does it pop, or is it more like a balloon that is just kind of being held shut on one end, and then you let go and it can slowly lose its air? Because there's a big difference between popping versus, slowly losing its air. It's possible for there to be bubbles that just they slowly deflate, which is the safest thing to have happen. But whether or not AI ends up popping is another story. Like there's a difference. It's a little bit like the .com run up that happened. The .com run up was something that had an enormous impact. Like, everybody was rushing to it. Everybody understood that the internet was something super important and valuable, and it was going to change everything, but nobody really knew how to do anything with the internet whenever it was brand new, and people started acknowledging it basically the minute that Microsoft acknowledged the internet in 1995, because it existed long before that. But in 1995, with Windows 95, that was the first time that the internet became like a household acceptable thing, because of the way that Windows 95 came with a built-in web browser, Internet Explorer. So, everybody was rushing to try to be, part of the .com process, of the .com boom, trying to be, the king of the next big thing. And, just tons of investment in a lot of things that ultimately didn't pay dividends. It didn't pay out at all. But the technology, even after that bubble popped, the technology that allowed the internet to exist, that didn't stop the internet from existing. It just, took a lot of the wind out of it. Oh my word. Thank you so much for the subscription, Tev. Welcome. Just as I'm closing up here. We're here to support you because we like your content. I'll keep throwing money at your content. Well, NB, you're definitely going to be getting some extra stuff. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to produce in the course of this month and the next, but I've got incentive to try to push out more material over the course of December. Probably not as much as I would prefer to push out, but I'm gonna try. And the first edits of a lot of the stuff is going to show up on my Patreon. So. I just expect the absolute worst. Corporations are evil and just continue to eat themselves and make profits from stupid decisions. It's too real. All I hear is that you all are fossils and I'm just a youngin' who has to enjoy, who got to enjoy when Discord wasn't a thing, but Skype was. And now Skype isn't a thing anymore. Like you can't go out and download Skype. Microsoft bought it up and killed it off. Push it out the poop chute. God. But no, like AI is it's not gonna go away, but it's definitely something that's turning into a bubble because of the is a bubble because it's there's a significant amount of investment in AI right now that's not going to turn around and pay anything out for a lot of people. The strength and the power of the artificial intelligence systems, if you can even call it that, because there's a difference between like AI that's going on far deeper inside of research versus the large language models that we mostly associate with AI. Like there's a lot. There's so much out there, and it's the language models and like the art generation stuff that's really gotten the attention of the public because that's something that you can directly interact with. But there's so much more going on with AI on the back end. So there's plenty that AI is going to change about our society, and we won't know that for like another decade. What I'm fairly certain of right now is that there's a lot of money going into AI that's not going, and there's going to be a small handful of people who actually come out the other side of all of the investment as winners, and there's just way more investment in way more companies than there can be winners in that type of a scenario, in a capitalistic system anyway. So it's just a question of like, when do you find out who's holding the bag and who's still running and has their legs and they haven't been cut out from underneath them. When does that happen? TeamSpeak is where the cool kids hung out. Yeah, I used TeamSpeak too before Discord. They first turned Skype into social media. They turned Skype into a social media platform first. Yes. They turned it into a social media platform, and then they decided it wasn't working, and they completely shut it down. So. Doomerism, I see. Doomerism? Doomerism is just, everything's fucked. Today sucks. Giant eggplant. Today sucks. Giant eggplant. I mean, yeah, sure. I'll suck a giant eggplant. Oh my word. They tried to be Discord before Discord. I mean, there was one of the major problems with like repurposing an old program is the fact that there's so like, you don't want to throw out your existing code base because like starting from scratch is so much work. but like sometimes, like working with an old bloated code base creates a lot of problems, but it's more expensive to replace it, you know? So the correct term is nihilism. All right. I've chatted enough. I gotta get myself ready for work and everything. I have about a half hour before I need to be out the door. So listen, chat, it's been lovely. It's been fun. I will see you again, hopefully on Wednesday at like 10 p.m. ish Central Time, because that's when Tev streams next. Be certain to follow her if you don't know about any of that. And otherwise, I will see all of you on Friday for more of the Outer Worlds 2. Until then, you guys take care of yourselves and enjoy the rest of your week. And hopefully you won't be too cold. I know I won't be. We're going back up into the 80s in a couple of days because that's how the freaking weather works now. Anyways, I'll catch you all next time. Take care of yourselves. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay warm or cold wherever you are. I'll catch you next time. Later.